that doctor. He wasn't working on you, was it?
Yeah, there was only two in the area, and I mean, and he was having so much trouble with his back, and I know that the chiropractor had was holding or hanging him upside down by his feet at one point. So I'm like, why don't you try the acupuncture? And so we made the appointment, and that's what happened. The
Did
guy
they
came out and was blind.
did they
So
replace any of your parts base in your back?
Yeah, yeah. So I got titanium all in me
well,
and
that's good. That
Did
bolts
you
doesn't
get
hurt.
and
the cadaver
shit.
part?
Mm,
I don't know about that. I don't know
Half
yeah.
of
cadaver.
my back came from a cadaver.
Oh,
Oh,
Mm.
yikes.
Is it true cadaver parts fail? Somebody was just telling me that.
I
What's that,
imagine
Joe?
that you could
Is
have
it
like a
true that cadaver parts fail?
They can. That's what I thought happened when the last surgery I had. I thought my body was rejecting it, and
yeah.
they
Did
kept
they?
they kept arguing with me.
Huh.
so
Did you
NPC
take rejection medication like that anti-rejection
rejection?
stuff?
What it?
I they
Anti-rejection.
was
Oh,
they was giving me everything,
Oh.
and I told
Oh.
them I was on Dilaudid, and
Mm-hmm.
when I'd get out of bed, they disconnect the IV and make me go walk and that crap. And then
Oh
when I get
yeah.
back, I was about ready to fall down from the pain, and
hmm.
the nurse would run up and just hot shot that shit. Put it in the
Yeah.
port and just push it all in.
Yep.
Well, I'd pass out every time.
Yeah.
And I
That
Yeah.
told them,
sounds terrible.
you can't hot shot me. My
Yeah, you gotta
body,
fluff a little first. You gotta warm up.
yeah, my body doesn't like drugs.
Yeah.
I love
Well,
that Delilah. Sounds.
So
Oh shit.
NPC the game, Book of Gabriel. Have you had any botched up, fucked up surgeries?
Uh,
I mean, or ones that went well. Either way.
BBL. No, I was kidding. No, my
Oh, oh, shit.
just kidding. Yeah. No,
Getting potty.
the one thing I could think of would probably be maybe when I was born, the doctor had to use supposedly they had to use forceps on my head to pull me out.
little cone-shaped head. Did you have a little cone head?
Yeah, I must have had that, but obviously I've been told now it's pretty beautiful now. So
Right.
I
Right.
got shaped. Yeah. No, but speaking of drugs, I mean, since we're asking questions and whatnot, because
Yeah.
based, I picked up on some themes on your broadcast that I find pretty cool, like about your in terms of like calling out grifters and looking for the truth in the matters and situations. And another theme that I found really interesting that hit close to home for me was when you I'm paraphrasing what you said before, but when you say that a core issue in a lot of humanity's problems is like overly medicating themselves or basically being drugged up too much.
Yeah, buffers from reality.
Would you consider cannabis that?
You know, that's a good question. So, yeah, I would consider, and I do use cannabis.
Yeah, I would
So
consider it too.
I'm not saying that nobody should do any. I'm saying that the people that I've seen throughout the U.S. largely seem drugged up. You could not smoke weed. You could not do any other hard drugs. But maybe, for instance, you eat fast food all day, every meal, drink alcohol, and are on social media all day. Now, you wouldn't be considered a drug addict, but some of these type of people like that I come across, I've noticed, seem to have no perception of reality. Their reality is whatever their emotions are in the moment.
To hope.
Right. Right.
You know what's interesting is I was watching, I can't remember what show it was, but they had done a scan on this lady that was addicted to Mountain Dew, and she just drank this ungodly amount of Mountain Dew. And they put her scan up next to a scan of somebody that was on cocaine, and the brain looked exactly the same from sugar and cocaine. It was lit up in the exact same areas.
So I mean, I think that's a valid parallel. So here's the thing is I noticed in myself and people around me that when they lowered or cut out whatever was, beneficial to their lifestyle, sugar, for instance, right? And there's a lot of other bullshit in Mountain Dew, but refined sugar processed. So I'm not talking about fruit or the sugar in vegetables. But I'm talking about, for instance, Mountain Dew or whatever the case, that in and of itself has been a major help to myself, to them. For instance, not all about weight, although that's what people look at. They're like, oh, are you fat or are you not? But there's a lot more to it than that. Brain functions better. Mood alterations are not swinging as much. Do you know what I mean? You're not as high and low when it comes to emotional roller coasters. So there's a lot of benefits, as well as, considering my back, you all know about that now. And look, we all have injuries, but I'm just saying that the inflammation added by a lot of refined foods, which again, I'm not saying not to eat any. I'm just saying that if you take a look at what you're actually doing, I used a micro and macro counter nutrition, including calories, for a full fucking year. And that was a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
but it taught me what, I'm actually intaking, and allowed me to curate it in a way that works out for me. I eat what I like, and it's good for me.
I was going to ask you that. At this point, what would your diet look like? Would an average person consider it real weird? Do you consider it average? What does it look like?
Yeah, I think that it's pretty average, but I think to most people, most Americans at least, it would be like, oh my God, he's a health nut. Like, he puts spinach on his breakfast egg and, whatever meat, sausage, bacon sandwich. But I like it, right?
Do you miss some things too? I mean, you have to subtract some things, right? You have to change.
No. So I don't miss anything in terms of, for instance, I still have Coca-Cola. Very rarely. If I go out and get a drink, I might get a Jack and Coke, but I'll also tell them half the amount of Coke or a third the Coke. You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't want to do that. They're like, oh, I'm just going to get a Jack and Coke. Even doing that off the one drink might save, maybe you're getting 10 grams of sugar instead of 30. So is it no?
Or just add more ice. Add more ice to it.
Yeah. Wait, what'd you say?
You'll go get an ice cream if you want one?
Yeah, I mean, I usually don't, but yeah. It's just, it's addictive, so I think it's hard to balance for a lot of people, just lowering the amount, so some people stop doing it. And I've seen a lot of people fall into the fad diets, whether it's keto or whatever the fuck else, no offense if you're doing keto. But I think all of the food groups are good, right? I mean, protein, carbohydrates, fat.
Yep.
But people get caught up. They're like, oh, if I just cut out fat, which isn't the answer. Or they're like, oh, if I just cut out carbs.
Yeah. High fructose corn syrup is illegal in almost all of the other countries. I think all countries except the United States. Yeah.
No, Europe. It's illegal in Europe.
It's not illegal, but it's it's not in any of the products. And
no, there's margarine. Sorry, there's margarine that's legal in Europe. Cornstarch is just not used because other forms of sugar is cheaper.
No, it's so bad for you.
Where I'm at right now, I mean, we don't have too much corn syrup, but they do have a lot of MSG.
Yeah, that's not good either.
There's a lot of sneaky thing. What were you gonna say, Jess?
Oh, that when you first started that macro and what I can't say, but I know what you're talking about. You had to do a lot of reading the labels of things when you first started. How long did it take you to are you still reading labels? Are you?
Yeah, I definitely read labels. Yeah, no, I definitely read the labels of what I get. I am in the grocery store picking up shit and putting it back type of deal.
Me too.
It just is what it is. It's a pain, no doubt, but you also get used to it. I also don't stand in lines for fast food. I don't go through drive-thrus or stand through lines.
Yeah, I'm learning. That's actually, it's just like a lifestyle, because I'm learning that through a dietitian or whatever. And that's what they're, teaching me. It's funny that you said that. It's kind of cool, but so.
Do you go to the doctor regularly base and have blood work checked, or do you just?
Yeah, that's a good question. Let me just read this money chat real quick. Don Juan with the 199. Thank you. Frappuccino for me and boba tea for Lindsay. Okay, it sounds like we got a little love connection going on in the chat. So your question was, do I get blood work regularly? And yeah, I guess I get it like once a year or something, but I do plan on going to. There's some kind of specialist. I don't know what the exact name is, but my friend went to one near him. and it cost them like $300 or $500, but they ran some real tests on him, got down to, I mean, just everything. I can't go over it. I'm no expert, but it gave him a ton of information regarding where he's doing pretty well in his health and diet and where he's not. So I intend to do that pretty soon.
Like a hematologist, or like what? Or is it more of a like a health? I don't know. Is it more of like a nutritionalist or something?
I think it's more nutrition.
Okay.
Yeah, they advertise it and they run all kind of tests. I forget how much it costs. I forget the name of the outfit that does it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I get advertisements from them all the time.
Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, that would be good to do. I mean, it would probably be worth the money.
Yeah. Look, I think that the health, I mean, think about it. There's so many things in the world that we talk about, and I enjoy, panels that we've all been on together. But a lot of times it's talking about things that we have no control over. And there's so many things in our life that we do, in fact, have control over that we ignore, in many senses, the truth. We all know it's good to exercise. Maybe, everyone will differ, but maybe you can take an extra 30-minute walk once a week, turned into once a day, whatever it is. Or maybe, you start having dessert every other night, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. Well, my point is that when doing this, and then if you have kids, it affects the kids in a positive way. You have friends, it starts to affect them if you stand to it, right? They come over to eat. If you have healthier food, or maybe you don't, maybe that's your cheat, whatever it is. But to me, this very basic, I mean, look, 2024, we have access to plenty of healthy food, right? It's not just you're on a potato farm and all you can eat is fucking potatoes. You can access whatever you want. For the most part, you can eat healthy cheaper than going out. You just can. You don't have to eat filet mignon to be healthy, right? Clearly.
That's the complaint, though, all the time, is people will say that it's
right.
expensive, and I would disagree with that. And it seems like it's expensive when you're buying it. However, when you cook, like when I cook, I always have leftovers. I'm always able to, eat them the next day, that kind of a thing.
2 burgers at McDonald's now is going to be over $20 for you and your girl.
What?
Yeah.
Very true. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Like, I spent my quality time with my daughter is at the gym. I spend time with her there. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I feel like that's like where, we will talk the most, during, at the gym. So I don't know.
That's good. I mean, look, to make a bonding activity out of something healthy, right? Going to the gym or going on hikes or going on walks, whatever it is. To me, it's good. It sets it, it turns into your daily practice or weekly or whatever it is. Which, if you're replacing a bad habit, let's say, with that good habit, and the end result is that you feel better, right? You actually feel better, look better, this type of thing.
Yeah, much better. And it was crazy because we were going at 2 separate times for a long time. But she was a teenager as well. So she's,
who wants mom
she got
around?
to an age where she, doesn't mind being around her mom, So
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean about
that's where I met my wife
days.
at the hot yoga studio. We
no kidding. Yo, and I do yoga. Actually, I did yoga tonight as it was before I came on.
Nice.
Oh, that's good.
I'm a fan of yoga, even though some people say it's gay. They can go fuck themselves.
No, it's great.
Yoga
it'd be great for your back.
Yeah, it is.
Stretching. Yeah.
I met
We got
Chuck's
a
wife
brand new place.
I met Chuck's wife at a hot yoga studio.
I bet you did, yo. No wonder she's messed up now.
Wait, his future wife, and now you.
We share the same chick, yo.
Okay. There's a term for that.
It's me.
Hey, Joe, are you gonna make any more?
Yes.
Joe, are you gonna make any more of those vlogs?
Crystal.
When you did that was dope with the narration, the over.
I think pretty much all my videos are narrated. I've been working on one now for a couple of weeks. I had to redo it. I got some more footage, blah blah blah. The body cam footage came in, so I'm redoing that. Yeah, definitely narrating. Yeah,
I like that. Like a movie.
I'm glad that you brought that up, Gabriel, because I was gonna ask Joe too, not that same question, but how has that all been going for you? Like in terms of, just talking about YouTube, we're on here obviously, And I know you do these videos not live usually, as far as I know.
Yeah.
So what do you think it's been as far as impact outside of you? Do you think that it's been exposing like bad police or just the general corruption, or do you think it's not been impactful but just entertaining? I'm just curious.
I'm glad you asked, man. I think it's the impact is incredible. The average person now, if they walk up and police ask them for idea, they tell you I got the right to this. They learned that all from our videos, right? From watching me and my friends. Any courage that they've given, of freedom of the mind. These people who examine things, all from our who challenge authority, all from our this, and that doesn't include the way like Chicago. It's horrible. When I started cop watching, they would park on the curbs and the sidewalks and treat us really horrible and don't ID. Now those fucks are courteous as fuck. They treat me and everybody else courteous as fuck. You can walk up with a camera now. You don't get yelled at and threatened.
Right.
It's countless advantages. Now it was one more that damn it I lost. But yeah, man, it's tickets and shit. When I'm out there, the people are protected. They don't give them tickets. If they pull, I've had them pull people over with guns and alcohol. They give it back to them. That's unheard of in Chicago. Those people, any person when I'm out there has a better day. You know, it has a million fucking positive effects. Not only that, case law. My buddy, Abdi Irizarry, he made case law in Colorado. I think it's 10th Circuit, the 5 states and part of the 6th, where you can film police now, and you can sue them if they try and stop you. That in the qualified immunity, that's us out there. Our shit. I think it works.
And I forgot to mention this earlier, completely unrelated to what you were just saying, but I set chat today a 21 days subscriber just to kick out the fucking poop socks, right? Because this was for some fucking homie conversation.
Right.
So with that said, Joe, yeah, I think that's good. And look, I've been around plenty of police. I had a family member that was, served for many years. And I've seen good stories. I've seen good things. And I've also seen and at times experienced, and look, not just due to my lineage, corruption and abuse of power. Right, I dealt with this situation myself when I was younger. Had a cop put a pistol in the back of my car, literally, and then pull it out and say, "What do we have here?"
Oh wow!
And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding?" and then they were like, "Oh, just kidding." And there was a whole bunch more to it. I'm not going to get into right now, but point is, I've seen a lot of it. Both sides. When I say a lot. And I think that, pointing out where it's bad, where it's being abused is a good thing. And there's two sides to it. We have a lot of people who just seem to hate the police, period, anyone who is a cop. And then others who just love all police, back the blue no matter what.
I feel like I added to that first, people who hate the cop for no reason. I feel like I added to that as a debt that I'm, trying to wipe away. I added to that. I don't feel that way, but I added to it. And you're right.
Joe.
Yeah.
Are you doing like you come at them a little different than you used to when you started?
Yes. I was extremely hard on everyone and all of that shit. And any mistake, I would grind them. Any mistake. Now I have something to measure it against. Good cop, bad cop. What's likely? This guy's not too bright. This guy is evil. Now I pick my prey a lot better. I'm always respectful until disrespected. I think I was like that back then, but I'm sure I was short triggered. I probably interpreted a lot of shit as disrespect because I was angry at those fucks.
Yeah, calling him a motherfucker is probably not disrespectful.
I wouldn't suggest coming down here and doing that.
Yeah, I just would think that you are so
Chuck, that's a
Joe.
challenge, bro. I will be there. That's a challenge to a cat like me. I will fucking come there and yell at the cop.
You might not be ever seen again.
Yeah, that's always the risk, right? All these niggas is bullies until somebody stand up to them. I swear, the scariest thing to a bully, what you're really afraid of is a psychopath. But most of these cops are bullies. You stand up to them, they back down. They're used to bullying other people. They're used to their bosses bullying them. That's what they respond to. I'm sorry to say it, but that's how you get your respect from them. Sometimes you gotta, the bully, you gotta bully them harder. But then
No,
you run into the psychopath who takes your car and put 5 tickets on you and shit. Those are the ones that are dangerous.
Well, actually, after that experience I was telling you about, when I got my car back, we'll just put it like that, there was no less than 12 tickets on it.
There you
go.
And we're talking about 24 hours ish.
Yeah.
Like they literally just kept coming back every 2 hours or whatever it was and ticketing my car. So look, you might like this, Joe. I actually wrote a letter to the it was Bronx police, and they just sent me a check for $500. Didn't say anything. They just sent me a check.
Interesting. That is great. I do like.
And then the whole event, which I got I had just taken a disorderly conduct. That's what I got. And it all got like just magically vanished, removed, which caused an issue for me when I went into the Marine Corps, because they're like, oh, you got to tell us about anything and everything, even tickets. So I told them about it. And then they were like, we can't find it. We sent detectives. Like, they got like whatever. I don't know about secrets. Whoever they got involved in it, some higher ups, they couldn't get to it. And I was like, wow. So they just removed that whole shit.
Yeah, because even expunged, when you get things expunged, I believe that the police can still see that on their on your record.
Right. And I didn't even do that. I didn't apply for anything. I just wrote the letter. And I think they were like, oh, let's not fuck with this dude. And just sent me a check and deleted it.
That's wild, babe. I can't believe that.
It usually means you could expose a thing. That's probably a huge hustle for them, and they can't have some fly in the ointment. It's cheaper to pay you off than have people looking into it. It's usually that.
Did you pay the you didn't pay those tickets off, right?
Well, I did, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then I got the 500, so it offset it a bit, but I don't remember what they all came to. I think it was like 800 or this is like 20 years ago.
How did they ticket somebody for the same thing? Like, I didn't know they could even do that. Like, give multiple tickets on a car like that. Yeah,
well, my friends wanted to move the car, but it was a stick shift, and they were like fucking it up, I guess. I wasn't there, but anyways, it was parked where you couldn't park. It was at a building. I was visiting a friend, and they just targeted it after that.
Well, they should have towed the car. You know what I mean?
I guess. I'm glad they didn't, but I guess. A towed car is, What's up?
I'm here back in the late 70s. I was down in Alabama with a buddy. We around the Huntsville area. And we was out on a back road, and we got pulled over by this, like the cop you see on TV in them old commercials. Got the big heavy set guy with the big round
walk all
sunglasses.
slow and shit.
Yeah. And he walked up, and he says, my buddy says, what's wrong? He said, you got a broken taillight. My buddy says, no, I don't. That cop pulled out that nightstick, walked back there, busted that taillight, and he walked back up. He said, you got a busted taillight. We said, yes, sir, we sure do.
Oh, God. Nothing more terrifying than a cop in a small town.
Let me give you a big city one. Wait. Let me give you a big city one, so you can have something to compare it to. I was home from college, and I went to the store. I had a buck in my pocket. I'm a college student. Back then, you can get a Black and Mild, and I think I even got a brownie for that buck. On the way back, police roll up on me, and they searched me, and they said that, you got your ID on you? No, I ain't got no ID. It's a law. You got to have ID. And they took me to jail for it. They said, don't worry, you'll be out in no time. Next day, I see the judge and the cop is standing up there telling them how I was out there selling cocaine. I saw them coming. I threw the cocaine, and they tackled me and all of this bullshit. I was looking at them so hard, the judge was like, stop looking at my officers like that. I spent 3 months in there and didn't go back to college. I spent 3 months in the joint.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Are you serious, Joe?
Yeah, true story.
Yeah.
Oh,
What,
God.
was that
That
Chicago?
breaks my heart. Oh, God. That makes me feel terrible.
Was that Chicago, Joe?
That's Chicago, yeah.
Damn.
Look at you bad in a medium-sized city. Like I grew up in San Jose, California.
My man, kick
like
in.
what you call it, Silicon Valley, right?
Yeah.
And I remember, like in my early 20s, I was working at Safeway. It's like the big supermarket out there as a checker. And I had this friend of mine. He was a kid, like I call him a kid, but he was like maybe like 17, right? Eric, and he lived across the street from me. And we used to go to his house and kick it and listen to music and shit. People used to come over there, and one night he went to get some natty ice, natural ice.
Yeah.
And the dude shouldn't have been driving the car. Technically, his license was suspended. So he went to the store, and at the liquor store there, and they sold it to him. And then on his way out, he got lit up by the Santa Clara PD,
Right.
and he was like, "Fuck, man! Like, I know I'm going to jail. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there with them when this happened, but this is what I think
Please
happened."
don't tell me he drank the bottle. Please don't tell me he drank the bottle.
No, well, he's driving, right, and I'm thinking he's probably thinking like, I'm going to go to jail for a while. They're going to impound my car, my little Dodge Dart, so I'm going to drive to my mom's house, who's like a mile away, and park the car there, right? And a Dodge Dart don't go too fast, especially his was a bucket, a bucket. So he's driving, right, and they pull him over, and as soon as he gets out of the car, they light him up 22 times and kill him.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So.
And I think you topped my story, bro.
Yeah.
And real quick here,
Eric, bro.
Real quick, Izzy, you missed health talk and surgeries, and now we on to getting shot by cops and shit.
Oh, and everybody up here had legitimate back problems except Chuck. He was the bottom, and that's what happened to him. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, that's about right.
Listen, though, I do think, though, that, Joe, you're such an intelligent person. If you spoke to the police in a different manner,
Absolutely.
and cited the law and cited your position on things, I think that it would be received so much better than.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Crispy. My instinct is to push back.
I know.
But however, you're right. I'm smarter now, and I'm wiser now. I see things now, so I could be craft my approach better. But I got to tell you, you would have no idea. You've never seen it on TV or in the movies. In real life, you would have no idea how cruel these cops are and were when I started this. They think of us as shit. You would never believe it or whatever the fuck. But I tried before I was on probation. I just got off a house arrest. I was on probation, and so I didn't want to pick up a camera, but I wanted to cop watch. So I went out there and start chatting them up. Hey, officer, what's your name? Get the fuck away from here. I just want to ask you a question. Move on before I lock your ass up. That's all I got. Then I pulled out the camera. I got the same exact shit. I got locked up my first or second time I ever went live. They were brutal when I was polite. Then I started kicking their ass. I never even filed a complaint. The police would come up to me and be like, man, the boss is downtown, watching your shit. They gave dude a year desk duty. This nigga retired. You drove this nigga crazy, used up all his vacation days. Yes, it seemed like that negative shit got the results in the positive shit then. That's true, too.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when you had back when you first started your channel, and I remember that, and it was something to see. And I absolutely understand. I'm a white woman, and I live in a suburban area, and so our experiences are completely different. I do know where
I understand and appreciate that too as well. My shit may be more glamorous because of TV, but it doesn't lessen everything that you learned and know and that you have that I could learn from. I'm sure I don't know the name of or how to do an average thing that you do because I've never had a job and all that bullshit.
So what up, Denizen and Cynthia?
Denizen?
Yo, is this thing on?
It's on. Loud and clear.
All right, you on stage though, Cynthia.
Absolutely agree with Crispy. However, knowing Joe's natural demeanor, plus just hearing a couple of these stories just now, like the thought of Joe ever calming down and coming in a nice way is just never going to happen.
That's
but it would benefit you to have somebody who was the complete opposite and balanced it out so you could reach a bigger audience, whether it be you filming and them auditing or them narrating it and giving the codes, or versus y'all reviewing it together and bouncing off of each other.
There's nobody in Chicago who'll do this shit. If you hear somebody from Chicago, they're in the suburbs. They don't fuck around in the streets of Chicago. I had one guy do it with me. He died about a year ago.
Yeah, it's terrifying. Yeah, I imagine.
An actual person in the suburbs, like I've said it before. If you just got somebody else who was in this sector, who was a good balance, and y'all could work together. It's
you know what I mean? And Chicago is what I'm saying. Chicago.
Isn't your channel pretty big, bro? It's like 100K, over
140,000 people. Yeah.
Thank you, Base. Base did that.
What I do?
He gave me 140,000. I think it was 100.
Oh yeah. That was me. Yeah.
But Joe, in that last video you mentioned, you were nice to that detective at the end, the older gentleman, at the apartment situation. But that first cop you encountered, that I don't know if he was a rookie or what, but he was like fucking hella rude, and you gave it back to him, and he backed off you.
I also had the law on my side. Some people don't seem to think that matters. It's more important that you be polite. I think it's more important when a cop breaks the law, which is what he does. I know his people don't punish him. That's what he gets. He gets fucking YouTube and talk crazy and embarrassed, blah, blah, blah.
And Joe, that video you played, what was it, last night on Flows? I think it was last night.
Oh,
that video was crazy. I mean, right? The woman, she got a pot of water, and then the cop, I mean, shoots her a bunch of times in the eye, I guess.
Yeah, that was
kills her. Wow. And then he walks out to his car, like slowly, and talking about he's going to get a med kit, and seems to just be wasting time. He's on the radio. He's definitely not trying to get her the med kit. And then when he finally gets back in, what do you say? Something like, I don't want to waste it on her, something like that.
Oh, he told his boss. Didn't he say something like, he's like, yeah, that water was coming up to my feet.
Yes, his boss looked at him and was like, okay, where's the gun? She had a bottle of hot water, a bucket of hot water. He looked at him. He was like, she came at me. She charged me. Look, it's by our feet. Boss was like, no, bro.
Yeah, it almost reached my feet. Like, what? They wear those big giant boots too. Like, what in the world?
And his partner, like, man, let's patch her up. No, don't worry about it, man. She's gone. I shot her in the head. He's like, no, man, she's making sounds. Oh man, she's gone. Just let her ass bleed.
You said that bitch was crazy or something.
Yes. Yeah, he got outside and was like, when his people came, when he should have been taking the med bag in, he saw his people and he was like, let me explain what happened. He went back out there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of crazy that the cop, I mean, after that happened, he was like, oh yeah, she's inside. Shouldn't he have said like the body's inside? Like she dead at that point. There's no she.
The cop asked her to get the water, right?
Yeah, he's the one who told her, you got water over there boiling. You don't want it to boil over. Can you get that shit? Yeah. And you saw, she said, when she was talking crazy to him, in the name of Jesus, this, that, and the other, like, shoot your ass. She hid behind the pot and said, I'm sorry, and ducked down. I'm sorry. So I'm not sure she's much of a threat. Yeah.
Yeah, she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ. And that made him mad for some reason. Terrible.
What were you saying, Jess?
She was little old. She was literally a little old thing. You know what I mean? She was elderly lady, little, probably 100 pounds soaking wet. That pot weighed more than she did. Mm-hmm. And he was in the other room. He's not going to reach him. He could have backed up. And if he had to shoot her, then shoot her in the fucking leg. Why he
could have clipped her. We took her out.
Jesus
Not
Christ,
that he should have clipped her, but he could have. Yeah.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
I'm not saying shoot her, but Jesus, just if you're gonna shoot, why do you have to aim for the head?
Jess, I would say this.
I said the same thing, Jess.
It would have been bad if it was a man, right? If the woman with the boiling pot of water was a man. It was even worse that it was a woman.
Yeah.
Like, considering, right? Oh, I was afraid for my life. Like, what the fuck?
Really? Jess, you made me think of something. You said that one of y'all said that, maybe that was Crispy, said that he was triggered when he heard those words.
Yeah.
But it was my assertion that some of these people are evil. I mean, straight up demonic shit. They have no heart and sensitivity. from the moment that guy opened his mouth outside on the stairs, I was reviewing it with a motherfucker the first time I saw it. I said, this guy is evil. You can tell the way he's talking to her and making fun of her. I'm assuming, if I'm right, and this motherfucker has a demon in him, and hearing that about God could have brought out the demon.
So I propose.
Okay.
I propose. Well, the question has been asked. I've seen it. Do we need more training for police? I mean, maybe not. I don't know what all the training centers are like. But this doesn't appear to me to have been a training issue. It seemed more like a human issue.
I agree.
I don't think we need more training, but I used to volunteer for the police department, and I was a domestic abuse response person. So I showed up at any response scene to be the go-between between the police and the victim.
Mm-hmm.
So if this was called out as a 5150, there should be something as far as someone to meet them out there to be the go-between between police and mental health.
1,000%. Sir.
Well, yeah, he called it in as he didn't call it in as a 5150. He called it in as something other than that. A 5150 is the
1069.
mandatory 3
Right.
days hold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then how come didn't someone say something about the mental health or something like that?
1069. He went outside. As soon as he went outside, he said, "Hey, can we see if we got a 1069 history on this chick?" Which was a crazy person interacting.
Well, then that should be something that should be checked, and then should once it comes up, we've had a history of this. This other team needs to come before.
Don't they have to be more lenient? If he thought that she was a little spaced out. Now, aren't you? It's more incumbent upon you to be careful because if a person is mental, they might act out and be more violent and shit.
Absolutely.
You can't hold them to the same standards.
But you just said that this was a demon, so you can't hold that a demon to any standards. If they see a prey, they see a prey.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And I will say though that I do think that police need better training with people that are mentally ill.
Mm-hmm. I got another.
That needs to be addressed in some fashion. I'm not sure what the answers are, but I assume that it needs to be.
Just gave it. I think they need to have someone defund the police. They're not marital counselors. They're not mental so and so's. And you take that part of the money, you give it to train up some professionals to go out there.
Like we had a car, and we had to go through a background, and we had training.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that the police themselves. I think the problem is that oftentimes police cannot tell whether or not somebody is mentally ill or they're on drugs.
Yes.
Or both.
Oh,
yeah.
Or they're injured. Did y'all see the video where the guy was injured on the gurney and the police was shocking him and shit? The paramedic came and snatched the police off and said, "You can't do that. He has a head wound." He know why he's flopping around because he has a head wound. And the police grabbed him up and talked crazy to him and shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know I don't know what kind of training that they go through, but I've heard them speak about just being in true crime. I know that I've talked to several people that have said that they really didn't get any training on interrogation. They just kind of, it's on the job training, I suppose. They don't really train them on how to interrogate. I guess you can go to classes or whatever, but I think that those are ones.
What do you mean how to interrogate? What do you mean how to interrogate?
Because how to interrogate people? Just exactly what I said.
Do you mean on the street or back at the police station?
Back at the police station.
Right.
I think they learn as they go, just from other people that they're partnered up with or whatever. They usually put somebody that's with more experience with somebody that's less experienced, but you can see it on interrogation videos where you can tell the ones that are
one guy does all the talking. Yes, the other guy is a follower.
It's called the read method. It's a method. It's a technique that they follow.
Yeah, the read method.
Read technique.
Read technique. Mm-hmm.
I got another demon. I know we passed that moment, but I thought about it when Chris was talking, and everybody saw this video. The white dude who was in the hallway, like of a hotel or something, and the guy had his hands up. The guy orders him, lay down, crawl to me, rather than just saying turn around and going and cuffing him or something. Lay down, crawl to me. The guy pants started falling down. He bent down to pick up his pants. That guy pointed the AR at him and told him, you move again and I'm gonna blow your fucking head off. Now the guy's like in tears. Yeah, what the fuck is going on? Lay down, crawl to me. Don't you fucking move them hands, I'll shoot your head. Sure enough, as he's crawling, his pants started to slide down. He reached for him and the guy blew his head off, killed him. Only a demon would even be in that position, would be susceptible to that type of program. The demon was in him deep.
Well, you know what? You know, though, Joe, here's my pushback on that. That cop has to be he has to be a nervous wreck thinking that he's trying to reach for a weapon. And so that's why he was that way. Not that I agree with that.
No. I agree with you too. That's undoubtedly why he shot him. In his head, he's so amped up, anybody could kill me.
So, Joe, do you think that people black out? Have you ever heard that? I don't know. I just blacked out and I don't remember what happened.
No,
no, it's true. No, it's not. I blacked out, but not total blackout. The cop, one of the times when I didn't have a phone out and I was doing a cop shit, a house was getting raided. It was my very first time. And as I walked by the house, I forgot what I said. Asked the cop a question. He told me, like, beat it or move on. And I lost it, motherfucker, and I lost it. And they were raiding a guy's house, so they all got long guns. And me and him was into it. Nigga, I thought so. It was crazy. But he was totally backing down. Most of it was like me, way the fuck over the top. And when I came out of it, I was surrounded. I never saw him come out the house. The people come out the house. I never saw him around me. I turned around, and the cop was looking at me very aggressive. But he noticed that something weird had happened, and he told his friends the first word out of his mouth. He didn't even know we were here. I was gone.
So do you think that whatever that was? Do you think that a cop could black out too? And what you're seeing is I mean, we could call that a demon. I mean, if you think if something else control, what is that?
What is it?
How do we judge if it's
I like
demon
it.
or not demon?
I will pay more attention.
That's a good argument.
Yeah, so could a cop not have that? It's that same energy. It's that same situation. It's that same thing.
I assume it is, right? I assume it is. And if I got upset like that and I killed a person, and you don't take into consideration my training, or he grew up in the ghetto, he's hot all the fucking time, that doesn't come into play. I gotta pay the price. And the same goes for a cop. He did something very horrible when you taking that old lady life, shooting that young man laying down like that, when it's totally unnecessary. A million times a day, police walk up and talk to people and cuff them and shit. He should do hard time. Same way I should.
Remember, I'm down here in Dallas where the cop walked into the wrong house and killed him.
Yeah.
I looked up in Texas yesterday, I think it was, because I was trying to find some about the Massey or somebody, because it happened in Texas. Something happened in Texas. And every major shooting event, blah, blah, that made the news, all happened in Texas. Yeah.
I know. That's what I'm telling you. I'm different out here.
I will say, though, that all the time you will always see these people that murder somebody, and then they know everything that happened before and after, but they'll say they blacked out during
they be lying on that, don't they, man?
Yeah, there's definitely some, but there's some that truly do black out, and you can see it. You can see it in their eyes.
Well, you watch these cases set there. What's the girl who stabbed up her guy Trevor in the bathroom? Areolas, Jody Areolas.
She stabbed her boyfriend.
Areolas.
Yeah,
Jody Arias.
Yeah, Jody Areola. Jody Arias is her name. Yeah.
Any chance she blacked out? Because she swore she blacked out and stabbed him 57 times in the back, shot him twice in the back. Was all that? But she blacked out.
Women don't necessarily black out, or in this situation, I can't say, why women, but they'll go into a manic state that they're talking to themselves. That's right, bitch. We're going to go get him. We're going to get him today. And you can't talk them out of it. Like they're in the zone.
But the
was
problem with
definitely
Jody Arias, she drove several states to get to him, and then took photographs of the actual crime as it was happening. Like she had taken pics, and I guess like the picture or the camera fell on the ground or something,
Yep.
Yeah.
and took a photo.
Yep.
And then the
She
police
tried to
had found that
destroy it.
later.
She tried
Yeah,
to
she tried to
destroy it in
destroy
the
it, but
washing
in the
machine.
washing machine.
Yeah.
Even in
Yeah.
the interrogation, she was doing yoga. She was
Yeah.
standing on her head, like she was in a
Damn.
different. She was in a different mind zone. Versus blackout is kind of like a rage, and
Yeah.
then they come out
Now-
of it. But
Now,
she,
question. Go on.
hers is like a long time.
So, do you remember this woman who came up on Flo's panel? I think it was Betty Bopp. She
Yeah.
had, she had talked about, well, it came out, whatever it was, that she had child inappropriate things that were found in her electronics, and she was kind of doing that blackout thing, right? She was like, well, I fell off a ladder.
That story was told wrong because
Okay.
how that came out was she was talking about a head injury, but yeah, she had been I guess the feds had looked or came and went over her computer because she was one that was kind of targeting people that were involved with child pornography. And so she and then she's got like a troll, like some kind of obsessed dude that was just always harassing her, and to this day harasses her, I suppose. But and she's just kind of on a loop with that guy, though. She just cannot stop talking about him, and therefore like it will continue because that's what he's after. It's just her reaction, and she gives it to him every single time. But she talked about having a head injury at one point, and that was well after that FBI thing. That's what I wanted to explain. But it did. It looked like she had that head injury, and blacked out. But that was a different time period. That's all.
Sasquatch, you got insights, pal.
You know who that is? Betty.
Head injuries definitely are a whole different category when it comes into blackouting and stuff.
Yeah. You'll see a lot of people trying to use that as a head injuries. Oddly enough, though, if you look at almost every single serial killer that we have, they have all had some kind of a traumatic brain injury at one point, or like I don't know,
or tumors.
Yeah,
tumors. Yeah.
Something has happened. They were hit by a car as a child, or something has happened to them where they've had a head injury.
Hey, can we get Sasquatch?
Traumatic brain injury, but
can we
just
get
a head
Sasquatch and Dan in here? They've been up for a minute, and I'm not sure.
Oh, hi, Sasquatch. I just saw him.
Crispy so far into what she's saying, she ain't even looked at the phone in 5 minutes.
Nah, I wasn't checking it.
You, D, you want some? I got time.
Hey, Base Oracle, I'm about to dip off, bro.
Cool. All right. Good seeing you, Gabriel.
All right,
Bye, Gabriel.
Cool.
Bye, Gabriel.
Have a good one.
Nice to see you guys. Congratulations on your success.
Peace.
So what say you, Denizen?
Is this the cannabis friendly channel?
Yes.
So I'm super high and I have no idea what the hell you guys have been talking about.
Perfect. That's perfect.
Good press it, motherfucker.
Good news. That qualifies you. Look, you know, if Joe Cool is here, you know what I mean? We might have been token a little bit.
That's okay, Dennison.
So no, we were just solving all the world's problems very similarly to on Jack's panel a little bit earlier, Denizen.
I see.
But we were getting along.
It sounded like Jack was making more progress than y'all. I gotta be fair.
You think so, Dennison? Oh wow, Dennison! Did you hear when that guy came up and said, "Oh yeah, I was part of a troll group that Dennison was a part of"? I was shocked.
Yeah, I heard
I
that.
did not catch that.
Oh, you did it? And I had this suspicion
that I was part of a troll group.
Listen to Cynthia's tone.
And I also have a theory that a true troll will convince you he's not a troll.
Oh, interesting.
So I'm a troll.
Cynthia, this is a very strange series of self-fulfilling prophecies if you simply believe it hard enough.
I don't
Okay,
know.
I'm talking to
Sounds like she believes something.
I'm gonna try to throw off the other troll.
But don't
me-
believe everything you hear on the internet. You know.
If you troll hard enough, it comes back around to not trolling. I think.
With great trolling comes great responsibility.
Very
Yeah.
true.
Spider
I'm
Dog
pretty
said
sure
that.
that's
Spider
not
Dog
what was
theory.
said, but
It
I
was.
could
I
be
heard it. I heard it.
misremembering.
It's
I
true.
heard
Oh,
it.
so I mean, if two people heard it incorrectly, it must be correct.
Well, we can rewatch the video. I'll find the timestamp. I heard it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
incorrectly.
Yeah, let's let's.
I
I'd
mean,
like to do that.
I don't. I'm not gonna do it right now, but I can find it.
Hey,
and
I
see the
can
timestamp.
find it because if you know what, y'all
Do it, Cynthia.
let me get it.
Yeah, all right, you get it.
All right,
Cynthia's
you're
the
getting
quip
just
grab.
Let's
just
not
so I
forget
know.
what the claim is. Yeah,
Yeah, I
Dan,
was
go
gonna
ahead.
say, just so I know, the claim is that she's about to get a video of a guy that says that he used to be part of a troll group with Dennison. Yeah.
Right,
Oh.
that I was part of a troll group at all. I'd like to
Yeah.
hear that.
Yeah.
I
I don't
did make
believe
a
it,
statement
Denison.
that I suspected you might be someone in particular, but cannot prove it. Just like I suspect a few other people.
Well, we
who
know you're guilty, motherfucker,
Well,
for sure.
I'm Denizen.
are- Okay, all right. And
Self-admitted
understand.
troll.
yes, I confessed the very first day I started my channel. I was like, "Look, I used to be evil. I'm not going to do that no more."
That's good.
I'm not a
So you
troll. I've
lied?
never been a troll.
Wait. So you started off your channel on a lie, Sasquatch?
No, I started my channel because as a troll, I did not actually exist. Instead, I existed as 156 profiles that all had very particular little narratives they were all pushing.
I
Just to
believe you
trigger
just
you.
answered
Just to
his
trigger
question. You started off on a lie
lie.
because you
No.
made socks. I think he's got an argument so far. Go ahead.
No, I had socks. I crashed all of those and started the Caucasian Sasquatch channel initially just to talk to some people on panels and whatnot, to read some Westerns, and to just,
Yeah.
YouTube, see what it was all about.
I mean,
I thought he
everybody
was talking
has
about
a
the
soft
old
puppet
channels,
account.
not the
And
Sasquatch
and
channel.
how disappointed have you been so far?
Well, okay, so the way I run my show requires that people have a certain amount of involvement. And if they're not willing to involve themselves enough to promote their own channel, it kind of filters out some of the less dedicated individuals. Usually, not always.
Meaning you get people who know what the fuck is going on when you're on panel in your room. Is that what you're saying?
When I'm doing a Sasquatch Shields, I'm looking for people who are willing to promote their channel themselves. A lot of people come on and think they're promoting other people's channels, right? Like you see that a lot where people come into chat rooms and drop links to other chat rooms, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Okay.
That's not as good a show as you might think it is. But having Cynthia come in and talk specifically about her channel and what she plans to do with it, that is not only entertaining, can be educational to another person that is watching that and thinking about doing a similar type of channel.
All right, you got another aspect to
agree.
your channel, right, where you will get into specifics about a thing, cryptozoology, comic books,
Sure.
comic book lore, whatever the hell. And then it helps to have a person who's knowledgeable about that. And you seem to have a knack for finding someone who's knowledgeable about the Westerns from 60 to 62 March, and you guys be very detailed and someone will know what you're talking about.
That's true. That's another thing. I've interviewed over, 300 some odd channels at this point. Most of the people I've interviewed, I'm on a decent, communication with. I mean, I'm not out taking moonlight walks on the beach with them, more's the pity, but we can talk. Like even the people that just outright hate me, I can email them, they'll respond. It's because I don't abuse that and I don't come at people and I don't sit down. When people are doing something blatantly evil, I simply do not acknowledge them. I was
about to interrupt you damn near to say it. I guess I'm still interrupting you, but I was about to say that same thing. It's because you see let people I don't want to, I might say it wrong, but I'm gonna just say it so I can keep my train of thought. You might see people being weak and you don't say anything about it, making faux pas and all of that. You just continue to stay on whatever the fucking topic is. I'm compelled to be like, that's a lie, bruh. That's dumb, bruh. That makes no sense. It's illogical. You pass up all those opportunities.
There's two shows here, bro. I run a bunch of shows. One of them is your channel. If you want to come on my channel and lie about your channel, I'm not going to stop you. Value is freaking skyrocketing, dude. Like, that's amazing. On the other hand, if I'm doing a like an after dark, or we get into something specific, YouTube slave class. If I'm doing a YouTube slave class, I'm liable to snatch a knot in your ass, boot you out because you're not on topic, right? Like, just because that's not what we're doing here. If you want to come in and tell lies, we'll do that some other time. But I'm not mean about it. It just happens, and most people don't notice that somebody disappeared. And if they ask, I say, "Oh, well, they left and they just got booted. They didn't leave. I kicked them out."
Nice.
It's my channel, man. Like, what am I supposed to do? Let stupidity reign? No. I'm not going to be led around by the nose. That's not going to happen.
You know, I guess famous or infamous, whatever he is, YouTuber Rollo Tomasi just got outed. I think he self-outed. I saw a couple minutes of the video for one of his sock accounts talking all sorts of racist shit and other shit. And, yeah, I mean, look, the way I look at it is that type of thing is very possible. It's very possible for somebody's sock alt account to get discovered in many ways. In this case, he just fucked up. He accidentally posted. But with that said,
Crispy, you know those people Base is talking about?
That's why I killed all my old accounts before I started this one. I sanitized all of my history about it and moved on as a legitimate creator rather than trying to play both sides of the field and try to work you off of Joe Cool and get Cynthia in there and start a whole mess. I don't do that.
I'm still searching, Dennis, and don't think I haven't. I specifically left a comment so I could find the timestamp to come back. So I'm just looking for the comment, Dennison.
Crispy, do you know
Take
the guy
your
who made
No worries.
Yeah,
you know,
I do.
Can you send me a link or something where I can see that?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, I can. I'm not sure what the channel that is that he's where he was outed, but I can find it.
All right. What's the guy's name again? Famous, the infamous something.
The infamous I don't know what the other
All right.
one of it, but it's not infamous truth teller. It's someone else. If that's what you were thinking. Base.
Whatever Base was.
Yeah, I don't know who it was.
Yeah. I don't know
But
what
if
channel
Cynthia
that is.
finds it, you can pull it up.
No,
Oh,
I'm talking about
I'm
what
looking-
you
I'm
were
looking
talking
for
about. The guy that got
something
outed
from
with
Jack.
the racist stuff.
Yeah, from your story, Base, you were just saying some guy got outed today. He was
Oh. Yeah. That's what the freak was asked. Rollo Tomasi, rational male. He's like the fresh and fit godfather, whatever.
Whoa,
But anyways, yeah, he got outed pretty. It's not looking good. It's not looking good for him.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
heard
kind of
about
funny
that.
because he's friends with Fresh and Fit, who were black.
Base, don't you show clips? Don't you got it, Base?
What's up? Do I have clips of it?
Do you show clips on your channel? And
Yeah.
you got it? Can we see
Yep.
it?
Oh no, I don't have the clip pulled up.
Okay.
I don't remember even where I saw it, but I
It
just thought it was
looks
ironic.
Like there's an
sock.
aftermath situation. Let's see. I'll find it.
But yeah, I'm thinking that his buddies Fresh and Fit will have some kind of cope. Oh, he's talking about the ghetto black people or whatever. They're gonna separate themselves, somehow. And be like, it's all right.
Keep me posted because I don't watch none of that shit. I never catch it.
And my point is that racism or whatever it is, whatever ism, whether it's religion, race,
Totally
sex,
agree.
these things that we can't change, although you could arguably change your religion, but most people, it's how they were born, right? They were born into their faith. But with that said, to me, it's very low brain, just tardia, right? You don't like somebody because of the way they look, or it's bullshit.
It's
so
like
for him to
this
be
shit.
appealing to so many men, and now having these.
Interesting.
Yeah,
They bought that low IQ shit. Interesting.
Right. It doesn't seem very rational, so to speak, of the rational male.
Did you find that on? Did you see it on Twitter or X? I mean.
Yeah, it was on X. I'm trying to think of the content creator who.
Oh, here it is, right here.
Chris, I was about to say, even if you don't find it, I absolutely love you. You're incredible, and bam, very good.
Okay, I got it. Thank you. I love you too, Joe.
I like her because she lets me poke at her and doesn't get super mad about it.
Yeah.
She'll just poke a little bit. I don't mean nothing by it. I don't mess with people I don't like. If I don't like them, I don't mess with them. So
I can take a
that's
joke.
why I don't talk to you based.
And she can take a dick.
I can take it. Yeah, if I can take a dick, I can take a joke. That's my motto. So
I like that.
Yeah.
But can you do both at the same time? Is my question.
I don't know. That would be.
Can you take a joke
if I could? Though.
Well, yeah. If the dick is a joke, she's doing it at the same time.
Sure. There's that. But yeah, I don't hold on to anything long. I don't stay mad.
Except the cock.
Yeah. Oh my god.
All right, I'll stop.
Progressive vision or victory. Now, I don't know what that means to Freak. I have no idea. And I did have a clip pulled up yesterday on Notch's channel, and I guess he was doing more today of the whole flat Earth thing.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he saw what you think? I saw some of that crazy shit.
Yeah, I think GS was on there. Maybe Richard Madsen.
Yeah, GS. If I can interrupt you, GS got mad at me. I found it going to his channel, and I was typing in his chat, and I noticed they gave their stances. GS popped up and said, I'm gonna sit back a little bit, be respectful, and let you guys talk. He didn't give a stance. So I asked him, GS, where do you stand? Is the earth round or so-and-so? He pauses and jumps in between them to say, yeah, I got people in the chat asking me what do I think. Well, I would say I wouldn't mock people. It's important not to mock people, especially on their own channel. I wouldn't do nothing like that. And that was it. Didn't answer the question that then carried on. So I trolled him a bit in chat, then went to the other chat and trolled him.
It's in the back based that.
Okay. Yep, I see it. Thank you. Oh, yeah, this is who it is.
Everything sounds
not
sexual.
so erudite.
It's in the back base. Everything is still sounding sexual out of Christy's mouth so far.
Listen, I don't even try to. I don't even know why. I don't know what
All right, Christy.
how you guys.
That's total trash. You stop right there. You came in my chat earlier while I was live and started talking about your booty and some schoolgirl bits and went at length.
Wait, what?
Yes, go check my chat from the.
Yeah, I got great.
I heard schoolgirl and booty.
And thigh high socks. She went into detail. She went into detail.
Into full
I told her to email me. Not believe you.
Every guy with a show will break that clip down.
Here's one of the stamps of whatever the fuck he was saying. Right, so whatever this first comment is, and he says, monkey's gonna monkey. But anyways, I saw a whole bunch of other ones in there just talking about, he calling people N-word, but I don't know. He's he might be fucked now, which as far as I'm concerned is a good thing.
So
I was trying to see his picture, base. I didn't know what.
I just sent it to you.
Did you take it down?
Joe.
Okay,
I
all right,
thanks.
thanks. All right.
I already was reading your mind.
So, Dennison, have you ever been involved with a troll group before, briefly?
Involved?
Ooh, this is good. This is
Have
good.
you ever been involved in a troll group?
What does involved mean?
I'm just asking.
No, you got to be more clear, baby.
Involved? Have you ever been involved in one?
Because the claim originally was that I was part of one. Now it's involved
in one. Yes.
You're gonna have to elaborate on what that means.
Well, we can pull it up. I got the clip. Let me bring it for you.
Are you accomplice?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did soften the question a little bit. Were you part of the organization involved?
Well,
I could be involved with Sasquatch by being on this panel.
Yeah, I'm involved with all 6 of you right now. So what does that mean?
But we're having relations, denizens, and that's different.
That is different, but I don't think she's talking about that.
Oh shit.
This
Here
is
we go.
Sheba. You're about to
I have
embarrass
it.
yourself. You're
Make
about
it
to
big,
embarrass
Cynthia.
yourself.
Okay,
Cynthia.
hang on.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I'll shut up.
I don't know you very well, so I'm not saying yes because of you, but just yes because you're a human being and we all have egos, right?
Hang on, I had it on speed.
This is when Jack just pulled out Shiva and I, who I guess were his favorite.
Oh, Shiva got busted out on that too. Oh,
And he kicked me backstage.
I'm his
no,
left-hand
I
man.
used to be involved in a.
Or
I would argue yes. Yeah, I mean, so I don't know you very well, so I'm not saying yes because of you, but just yes because you're a human being and we all have egos, right? I used to be involved in a kind of drama troll community that Denizen was also involved with briefly, populated by some
I was involved in that same
fairly
community. I'm not a troll. I'm in that community. I'm not a
Ah,
troll.
Yeah, and hold on a second. It's worse than that. First, she said someone said I was a part of a troll group. That
Yeah, he
never
was
happened.
also
And
part-
I'm gonna go ahead and finish, whether you talk over me or not.
Okay.
That never happened. We just watched the clip. Then she asked if I was involved with. Shiva says he was involved in, and says I was involved with. And to Shiva's distinction, I think is an accurate one.
You think it's inaccurate? He wasn't telling.
I
think it's an accurate one.
Yeah.
an inaccurate one.
And
No,
accurate.
and
Holy
accurate. Singular accuracy. It was.
I need alcohol.
One.
I need
Yeah,
more.
Listen, I put in work in that community. I met every motherfucker. I come up through that motherfucker. I didn't indulge in those things. I've still never had a sock account. I've always been direct.
You're a real life troll.
Was there more on that clip, Cynthia, or was that it was just
Oh,
that
that
one
was
part,
just
right?
the one part I was
Cool.
highlighting.
You did good. You did good, Cynthia.
Thank you.
Yeah, just
mean,
finding
it
it and
didn't-
staying in there. That was impressive.
Now, what is that community?
Yeah, because
I call it the toxic
why do you not have
community.
a community of trolls? Is one person the whole community? If
I
they're
think
trolls,
he's talking about like the shit show and like Bird and all that.
It would be what shit show descended from. In fact, they would have been around. What were they called? The
Devil's
popular.
Basement.
No.
I'm going to tell you right now. I mean, this is, not like it's none of my business, but if we're going to talk about these people by name, I'm going to leave the panel and end my stream.
All right, no. We ain't gonna do all that shit. But yeah, there's a history before the shit show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know.
What just happened?
I don't know.
I'm assuming Dennison don't want to be promoting some of these people, especially on his channel since he's streaming.
Correct.
Okay.
And it's disgusting, as you might think, and it goes way back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those people. I mean I like all those people. I've not had any issues with them, but they can be hardcore.
he's
I
trolling
suppose.
with morals. Do trolls have morals? We've had Sasquatch and I've had this conversation before, and
I
I don't.
have the
understand.
best morals, and I'm a bit of a troll.
What was your stance, Cynthia? Do trolls have morals?
No, because if they play with people's emotions just to get a reaction out of them, whether it be emotional, anger, joy, excitement, that's kind of messed
Good
up.
argument. Very good argument. Sasquatch, what was your
Good.
position? What was your position,
The
Sasquatch?
fact is, in order for a troll to actually take an interest in something that you're doing, he has to have some amount of care about it in the first place.
Damn,
And
another good argument.
and he brings to that determines how well you placed some statement, or it might
We'd
have
have
been just
to define trolls now.
Damn trolls.
see,
Or
that's
Yeah.
some sort of ability to realize
Yes, the freak. Thank you, sir.
buttons.
Maybe
not
we don't have
everyone-
to define soul. I'm sorry, Sasquatch, but I'm going through some thoughts in my head. Maybe we do not have to redefine trolls. Cynthia's trolls fuck with your emotions still remains true, even if it's under some savior complex. That dude did something wrong, so I'm gonna make him pay for it. You're still controlling his emotions and fucking with him, and that may still be
Yes.
wrong.
I went further. I fuck with their money.
Mm.
I didn't pull out any stops on any of that. The only thing I wouldn't do is actually appear on any panel or anything like that, or porn bomb anyone. I would not do that. That was just, it's not part of my toolkit.
You're adding to Cynthia's argument. You fucking
I
bad
hear
guy.
what you're saying. Just
He
give it a
said
sec.
he had no morals.
when it came to trolling the individuals I chose, these people had already defaulted on their morals, and so I fought on
Right.
their level.
Ooh,
So were
I'm
they
talking
locals?
that's a
I'm
dangerous
talking about
game.
people, not locals. I'm talking about people who pretended to feed the homeless, but were really doing like backyard barbecues and feeding their family and having them show up dressed
Damn.
up all
Liars and thieves, I guess.
liars,
Thieves.
like grifters, people who pretended to
Yeah.
be homeless and was out panhandling stuff and getting the YouTube money and knowing they were pulling down a few grand every couple of months.
Yeah.
Uh,
Looking for
people
missing
who were
children.
pretending to be people who are exploiting children. If there were like, I don't have a problem with you showing your kids playing, that's not an issue, but when it becomes something of a forced performance
Mhm.
and it's obvious, like that chick with like the, what was it,
Bullhorn
9
Betty.
plus 1 or whatever it was, I don't remember, but she recently got locked up for a whole bunch of child stuff. These types of people,
Oh, that's
but
not
I would aim distinctly at beginning channels because it's easier to get in. And when you come in with 50 profiles, you're going to mod one of them for help because I'm going to make you need help.
Sasquatch, you quit that behavior. I think you
I have.
decided that it was the wrong thing to do. Yeah.
I got clean. I got off dope.
So, are you okay? So, trolling is shitty. I think Cynthia is saying
Not a
evil
good thing.
or
He
immoral.
said
or
it's
something.
dopey, to be exact. So let's check with Angel real quick. Angel, are you a troll?
No, not my angel.
No.
His name is Angel. How can he be a troll?
Not my angel.
That could be the troll. What if he was the devil? You're a little bit Aquafina.
Yeah, you're in and out. Yeah.
Your mic sounds suspect.
His bandwidth just dropped out.
Is your mic trolling, but you're not?
Uh-oh. I will say, listen, there's a case that happened. I'm not sure if it's the one that you referred to before in Texas, but it was certainly highlighted in a Netflix episode about internet cyber bullying or cyber stuff that happens, but where this kid that were on a video game, they were playing video games, they had bet each other $1. And the one kid loses, and they call in a SWAT on this house where they thought that the kid they thought that this kid lived in this house. Well, the kid used to live in this house, right? But this is what he called it in to the police. The kid used to live in this home. He had since moved, used this old address or whatever. The police show up there. The guy, it's a whole family, multi-generation family. The guy that answers the door, right? And the whole house is surrounded. The guy answers the door, and the police are all standing there, with their guns, pointed at him, and the guy does some kind of a movement with his hand. They believe that he was reaching for a gun, and he is shot and killed. This man was actually taking care of his he had adopted his niece and nephew, who because of his sister was in a car accident and was killed a few years before that. He was also caring for his elderly parents that were sick. And so it wiped out this whole family, and devastated them all over a dollar bet video game, that and it's just awful. So these SWATs that people, and I don't think that a well check is considered a SWAT. However, people will use that term loosely on the internet. They always talk about
I
it.
noticed
They
that they
swatted them.
like they're interchangeable, and they're
Right, and
not.
it's not at all. I mean,
Right.
a SWAT comes with tanks and stuff like that, and this was an actual SWAT team that showed up at this guy's house. So, and at the time there was a kid that had been shutting down colleges with these calls about bomb threats and stuff, and so that's kind of where the police were this guy was involved too. This guy that had called, he was going around and doing this all over and was shutting down these enormous public places, whether it be the colleges or stadiums or whatever it was. He was shutting these places down. He's since been caught and is doing time for it. But yeah, I mean, it's just it's incredible to call the police and have somebody do a well check. I don't understand why anybody would put that on camera.
You'd be
I would never
surprised
give
how
them
many
that
people
satisfaction to
die
let
from a
them see that
welfare.
happen.
You're aware that many people die from a welfare check too, right? It's
Yes, I
still
do.
dangerous, just not as
We
bad.
saw one the other night, right? I mean, last night you put it
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
And
pretty-
what is up?
pretty much.
Can't spell Lou. What's up?
Hi, Lou.
Hey, Lou.
Hey, Lou.
What's up, Lou?
She's frozen.
All
think
this
she
time, I thought it was
She's
Oh,
frozen.
shit.
She would have waved. I swear she would have waved.
Yeah, she would have.
She was just waiting there grilling us, and then she's like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah, I know. Like she had that stare on too, that fluoride stare, man. It was getting into my
That
soul.
fluoride
Fluoride. that pineal
Fluoride
gland
Jesus
stare.
Christ.
Do I have
That
a fluoride
calcified
stare?
pineal gland. I don't know. You know, but you do tell good stories, Crispy, even if they don't end well like that last one.
Oh,
No, that wasn't a dig. That wasn't a dig. I just mean it was a bad, it was a
True.
sad story, right?
Yeah. I tell a lot of true crime stories because that's just something that I've always been interested in. And now it's kind of morphing into some of Joe Cool's world, you know.
Our worlds collide.
Our worlds collide.
Damn.
How's our movie going, by the way, guys? Is it getting to the end yet, or are we in the middle?
What movie?
What?
The fucking movie. The last 2 weeks, you know, our world. What we've been watching.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Oh, you talking about the Rangers of Reality? Yeah, they've stepped up.
You had the Secret Service lady retire today. It was fucking awesome.
Oh, Lou's back. What up, Lou?
I got it. Hey,
Oh, you're so
everybody.
cute.
I can
I don't
spell
use
Lou.
fluoride. But,
You don't use fluoride?
It's not
No, I don't.
fluoride.
Well, I don't drink
Good.
it.
You
I
were
don't
frozen.
drink it either.
As
You were
shouldn't.
frozen. That's the fluoride stares, the complete lack of comprehension. You were just frozen. That's all.
I was frozen
Calcified
because
pineal
I
gland.
was in YouTube and I was getting an echo and I couldn't figure out how to fix it.
Yeah.
But it's all fixed now. So
Yeah.
carry on. I don't want to interrupt. You know, that's bad form.
No, you good.
No.
That's fine. We're just talking about a stupid movie.
I got all my
Well,
favorite
the
people, or
world.
most of my favorite people up here.
Who's missing?
Flo.
Of course, Flo, of course.
Mhm.
Oh, that bastard.
I know. No, he's not. He's cool.
Which one of us fucks it up for your favorite people list? Which one of us don't you like?
I like every one of you guys. I really will watch any one of you guys. Who
Even
come up.
Sasquatch?
Even Joe?
Especially Sasquatch.
Even me?
Sasquatch.
What the fuck?
You can have
Of
a
course
channel.
they-
You can do things. You could go out. You could have a good time, and you're watching me.
No.
Weird.
No.
So strange.
Lou
No.
doesn't make very many appearances, so I mean,
No, she
you
does
are
not.
blessed to have her.
Yeah.
On your, in your
No,
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a minute.
I've
that's because
been,
he doesn't
I've
like you.
been
You suck.
Where have you been?
busy. I've been
Okay.
busy.
All right.
Been doing family stuff. You know.
I hope
you
it
don't wanna
was
hear all about
important. No, we do. That's what this
It
stream
was
is about.
very important. My sister had a new baby, and I'm helping
Oh,
her
yeah,
with her kids. And then he had some issues. They had to go to the hospital. You know, it's just that kind of thing
Mm.
where I couldn't get online. Then Flo was gone, so
yeah.
He was here
Yeah,
tonight.
like
He
last
died.
he was here tonight.
He'll
Yeah,
rise
he's
again.
back, honey.
Live last night too.
You were
I
in
saw
there
last night. I was lurking around last night.
Mm-mm. Yeah, he was in there last night. He's done. He was on vacation. He's back.
Is he back on vacation? Where is he
No,
tonight?
he's not back on vacation. I think he's back. Yeah, I think he's
I
back.
just saw OTW's this.
Did I see it? I don't think I saw it yet. Can we see
I got
man?
it. Well, I don't know. There was a lot of sentiment not to play it. So
Why?
I don't
It was
know.
on- I saw it on Flo's channel.
Oh, Flo played it?
Flo put it on his channel.
Jack
Yeah.
wouldn't play it earlier. Who didn't want to play it earlier up here?
I don't know.
I
All right,
don't know.
Let's put it on.
It happened on our channel last night, I think.
Is it?
If that's what you're
Oh.
talking about. I'm not sure
No.
what you're speaking of.
It's called Slow State Diss Track.
Oh, this is part of the rap battle. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Am I gonna get copyrighted?
I think this is going to be played everywhere, right?
If that man has copyright on this, I might have to buy a hat to eat it.
Should I do it?
Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me now?
Hey, I hear you.
You sound like an angel.
We can hear you, honey.
So should I play it or not? Consensus.
Yes.
I think you should
I say
play
please.
it.
All right, we're gonna play it.
Okay.
One moment. As a notice, because they put it up on their channel, whoever has the earliest upload could conceivably copyright claim you, but I don't think they can strike you because they don't have the pull of
OTW.
OTW made it.
Yeah, but I mean, he could try to copyright claim, but I don't think he'd have the ability to strike.
No,
Would
he
he do
can't
that?
because he probably hasn't
play their
registered with it. He hasn't registered it as under copyright, so you cannot copyright claim something unless it's registered.
Would he try to do that?
I don't think so.
I,
See, I don't know Paul
See,
because
that's-
remember
would
Paul's
want,
part of that.
more people watching it, so they would
Sasquatch,
Yeah.
is that what you're claiming? Because I didn't think that's what you were claiming.
What?
I didn't think you were claiming that he was likely to.
No,
to
not that
strike
he was
him,
likely to.
just that there's an avenue
No,
to it. Hell,
he
anybody can
cannot
claim a
strike you.
copyright
Like
anything.
throwing
Yeah.
wrench and
He
everything.
cannot strike you because, like she said, he hasn't registered with like Spotify or anything like that. A big house, somebody with lawyers to come push that, but you can claim it if he pushes it. He could go to YouTube and hit the little claim button. If he's a monetized channel, it could be done. Would he? I don't think so.
But he would win the copyright anyway. If he claimed it, you would just dispute it, and it would be done. That's all. But I doubt
Yeah.
he would do that. It's just OTW wouldn't do that, but it's Paul that seems to run shit over there. So, but
Oh.
but I don't
Uh-oh.
think so, babe.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll play it.
Do you have any pull over there with OTW?
Yeah, I do a little bit.
Okay.
You could
We'll put it on.
ask
But
him.
you know, Joe said to put it on, and then he fucking disappeared.
Joe.
He'll
Oh,
come
well.
back.
He'll be back. Joe, hopefully you come back by the time it's done.
Flow state, what a fruitcake. Trying to spit fire, but you're stuck in a slow state. Slow state, yeah, that's your new name. Yo, check it out. I'm about to rip into this clown. Flow state, more like a host state. Talking about success, egos inflated, bring out your chest. Think you're the best, but you're just a mess. Fucking two-faced and misplaced, and you're just a disgrace to the human race. You ain't real, just a carbon copy wannabe. Thinking you're quick, but you can barely fucking follow me. Breaking news, you're a joke, dude. Your fans are blind and they're fucking confused. Caught up in the hype, taking pod shots from the sidelines. You're a sellout, no doubt, chasing clouds. Your integrity's gone. What the fuck is that all about? Your logic is weak, so you resort to bitching and lying. You're a puppet on strings, pretending to be a lion. Lost in your illusion, confusion, and delusion. So keep ducking behind your screen. Everybody knows that you're a has-been, just a stain on the scene. Living in a dream, no originality. A chamber echoing, copying bits. Be my guest, I ain't impressed with the rest. Flow state, more like a host state. Talking about success, egos inflated, bring out your chest. Think you're the best, but you're just a mess. Fucking two-faced and misplaced, and you're just a disgrace to the human race. Flow state, what a disgrace. Trying to spit fire, but you're stuck in a low place. Slow state, yeah, that's your new name. Yo, check it out, I'm about to rip into this clown. Dropping bombs, now you're dropping duds. Claiming you're the best, but where's the proof, bud? You're all talk and no game, acting like a stud. Your content interesting as a puddle of mud. Stuck in repetition, you're one trick pony, no innovation. Just a mimic's ambition, lost in your illusions. Confusion, delusion, ain't got no skills, no motivation. You keep losing and losing and losing and losing. Yeah, yeah,
I would use this for my theme song.
Yo, check it out. flow state, more like a host state. Talking about success, egos inflated, bring out your chest. Think you're the best, but you're just a mess. Fucking two-faced and misplaced, and you're just a disgrace to the human race. Yeah, so keep hustling. Can you believe this guy doesn't know how to install drywall? For those likes and maybe better.
It's so wrong.
Hey dude, come here. You're stagnant and lame. Let me tell you about this time. This guy. You should try to spit some good game. He wasn't able. But you'll always be the same. I mean, he installed drywall. So yo, work. And they called him. No need for more, just to tell him that the drywall fell off. Right? You're irrelevant. It's just insane. Lost in the dust. You'll fade away in obscurity. He doesn't know how to install drywall. No legacy left. Just a failed opportunity.
What?
I mean, yeah, thank you, Crispy. I did. I dropped the link to that song and therefore the channel OTW Flow Dis.
You seem to feel bad about that for some reason. Can you explain?
Which part?
Dropping the link.
I can.
I don't know. I never dropped a link like that.
Song about flow.
Because it was, I mean, I kind of started a whole rap war, I think. I didn't mean to.
It started with me.
As usual.
Yeah.
Me.
Wow.
I started with bass, and then and now it's gone to Resto is coming out with one on Glenn. That should be ready soon. And then
Because of me.
yeah, all
And
because
you.
of bass. Yeah. Yeah.
But mostly me.
Mostly you, yeah. So yeah, bass. Resto decided that bass. He didn't like bass last diss track that he had, and
My
thought he
first,
could do better.
yeah.
His 1st one.
Okay.
On Easy. Well, let's be clear. He said because Easy is his food.
Is his food, and you didn't.
But we
earn it.
decide Easy everyone food.
Okay.
Is his
No.
food? What does that mean?
Means like that was his content. That was who. His,
Oh, okay.
His food.
It was
yeah.
his junk food fix.
Right, because
Yeah.
Resto did a rap
Okay.
on Easy a while ago, and it was fire. It was good. So then Bass just did one the other day on him, and then Resto challenged it. So and Bass came out with a better track, and he did it on Marathon Kev. And
Marathon
then
Kev.
yeah, and then Marathon Kev is still hasn't responded yet, but he's supposed to come out with one. And then we also we asked OTW to do one as well, and so
Okay.
doing
Well,
one
this
on
is definitely
yeah.
better than being trolls and playing with each other's
I think so.
emotions.
I
This
think
is fun. This is
yeah,
like
it's
fun
fun.
trolling, having fun, and being creative.
Right.
Yeah,
I
I
think
say
it's-
creative.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's turned out good so far.
You know, the only problem with doing Marathon Kev is that nobody knows you, Marathon Kev. That's the only problem with the.
And he
He's
didn't show up.
good content though. His
I know you,
pretty
Kev.
good. Yeah, yeah.
Oh
Dennis
shit! You
Lee,
know
though.
him? Did you hear the diss, Denizen?
No.
Yeah,
Oh, damn.
play it.
I
It's
mean,
good.
I suppose I could. Would I copyright myself? Would I do
No,
that?
you're
I probably
okay.
would.
You're okay.
Kind of a masochist or whatever.
It could be done if you had two channels and you uploaded something to one and then turn around and use something from it on on the other channel in a live stream. Your channel is set this copyright claim, then you could feasibly copyright claim yourself.
Wow.
I've seen like Cog does it all the time. He has a music channel where he uploads all his music, and when he uses his music on his streams, his music house claims his stream for monetization. He gets paid either way, so it works.
All right,
Oh,
I'll put
okay.
mine up for Denizen at the least.
Yeah, for sure. Put it
Uh,
up for everybody that didn't hear it. It's really good.
Look at that. It's really good on
Hey,
Marathon
there's Kev.
There we go.
Ah, there's Kev. Is he here?
Nah.
He's on the screen right now.
Oh, there he is.
I mean,
oh,
he's-
I thought
he's
you
not
meant
here
in the,
here.
in the chat.
Yeah, the subtitles fucked up during the middle, but you'll figure it
Wait,
out.
am I here?
You're here.
Oh, okay.
But mankind won't be destroyed. The fact that you and I are working here today is evidence of that.
A little bit of that fruity, zesty evidence, right, Kev? But don't worry, this will be painless for me. They call you Marathon Kev. How ironic when I'm the one running through your head. About to put this dude to bed. Permanent, soiled yourself, now you're fermented. Bending words hard today, you gonna learn it. Funny watching grown man squirm and roadkill. Vermin said my song was trash right before you proposition crispy for a finger blast. The anal adventures of Cav. We know you ain't right, so where'd you go left? Was it at Maps when you picked as SDMOS artillery? No shit, who would've guessed? The best of the best? Army said be all you can be. Look at you now, sweating at your own eulogy. Bitch, please, this is sound accountability for acting hard. Punched out like your #1 customer, Chippendale's card card. You asked for the smoke show. If you were a card, you'd be totaled. I'm the star, you some old mold. If you were smart, you'd take them cards and fold, bro. You next, Glenn.
Why is Glenn catching random shots?
No. It's not even random because now Resto Chesto you're gonna diss Glenn because of that.
Oh, okay.
That's
that was
funny.
the deal.
Yep. You're funny. See, this is creative. This is fun. This isn't playing with people's emotions. Oh.
Yeah, I never do that. I've never played with an emotion.
Yeah, it's all the empathy, Cynthia. You got it, Cynthia.
Super empathetic I am. And what up, Rock E? Rocky, you've been silent.
Rocky!
He's on mute.
I thought that was Mr. Pie, and it's Rocky. Oh, wow.
He just chilling. Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's actually him.
That's actually him?
Him, Rocky.
That's Rocky.
I like your
Anonymous mask.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Guy Fawkes, actually.
Well, what say you anonymously, Rocky?
I wonder if he knows he's muted.
Does he know he's on panel?
I don't know.
Can he see?
I don't know. I imagine he wears that mask as much as possible.
He's muted.
His avatar looked just like him.
But Cynthia, Resto was going to make one on Based if Based diss track wasn't any good, and instead he's going to make it on Glenn because Based track turned out good. Yeah.
And Ken agree or Resto agreed. He
Yes.
said he's already in the works.
Yes,
So.
he is.
Okay.
He had it half finished, so it should be done. I would assume today.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Lindsay, you got to Glenn's late at night and they do not like women?
No way.
Hold on. Let me get this straight. You mean to tell me that you went to a place that was predominantly men and determined they don't like women? Was that your observation or someone else's observation?
I enjoy Glenn, but that panel is difficult. You know, it's kind of difficult to. I mean, I've said this before. I mean, he's got that. Are we not men that trolls or that times out all women in the chat? You know, just some shitty things like that. You know, I don't know.
That's whack. That's
is.
weird.
Yeah,
It's kind of creepy.
It's strange, isn't it? It's kind of strange. So
Hearing you say whack is very strange in and of itself.
I still go though.
Crack is whack.
It sounded like
What's
you
going
never
on?
said it. It was like you were trying to be hip and cool with it. It's kind of weird, dude. Maybe don't do it again.
He doesn't know. He must not know.
My computer is.
I'm joking, dude.
Oh,
I'm just
shit. He's here.
What'd you say, Rocky?
He said his computer.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
now that your mic is on, are you ready to freestyle? We're doing a battle.
Oh,
Dennison, are you up for a freestyle?
No.
Okay.
Dennison's
Just
dumb.
checking.
I might do an old country song about you, but that's about it.
Oh, well,
And
that's
here's the
good.
thing.
That would work.
Yeah,
Chuck is
that
the
would.
judge.
Interested.
When it comes to rap, Chuck is the judge. He's the most rap hip hop connoisseur I've ever met.
He is. I know.
And
Hip
Chuck,
hop is his life.
yeah, Chuck, I welcome you to my community, if you know what I mean. We call ourselves the 4.4.
His rap name was Chuck E. Cheese back in the day.
Oh, it was.
It used to be called 18 Cent.
God.
I got shot with BBs.
Yeah, I would have thought his rap name would have been Dad Jokes. He would have.
No, it
That
was
would have
Chuck
been
E.
good.
Cheese. And his
Yeah.
first LP was Chuck Steak.
Oh, really? Wow.
Wow.
I hadn't even heard that.
Chuck it out the window.
Wait till you hear about the chucker.
A woodchuck does chuck wood, motherfucker.
Right. If
Yeah.
woodchuck could chuck wood,
Right.
that's
A
it.
woodchuck cannot chuck wood.
Yeah.
I agree, Chuck. GS probably needs a rap as well. And I also agree, Lindsay, I like bass best myself, and I would know.
Would you have a
Totally.
problem? I have no interest in singing, but I wouldn't mind writing some pretty slanderous things about people if you're willing to say them.
Well, okay then. I need to get a hold of you and somehow.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to use both hands, baby, because I'm not easy to hold.
Yeah.
Wow,
can
that
use
just
both
happened.
hands.
He meant that. Hold on. Caucasian meant that in a non-sexual way.
Are you sure?
No,
I don't think
Not
so.
sure.
Yeah.
But, he's had a couple drinks.
Mm.
Actually, I'm sober. I'm drinking.
Why are you
Dr.
fucking this up, Caucasian?
Because I don't like you. I thought we covered this. I came
I
up
know,
here
but
just after you.
we thought we
I'm
could
just
change your
scared
mind.
like this the rest of the night.
No, I'm glad he's not drinking myself.
Caucasian was taking shots last night. Every time he
Dude,
fucked
I
up
get
a
a
word, he was taking a shot.
Yeah, he
which
was.
ironically did not help him saying words. Who would have
Wow.
thought? Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
I like sober Caucasian Sasquatch better.
Well, like sober on weed or sober on
I don't
Huh,
know.
You've never seen me.
Smoke that?
I've seen you get a little, and it's not the same. It's not the same.
You
Yeah.
were there for my last birthday stream, weren't you?
I think so.
That's
Yeah.
different. That's different. That's the groundhog roast. Y'all want to come in and get a piece, you're welcome to, but I'm going to start hot.
Yeah, it was different. It wasn't the
You should have
same.
seen the look. You should have seen the look on Truth Be Told's face when he come in and I told him that 1972 was called wants his porn stash back, and he's just like, because I'm always so
Troll
nice,
comes out. His troll comes out.
dude. Well, no, it's my birthday, and on my birthday, I'm a groundhog. I was born on February 2nd, and so I do a roast, and I start off early in the morning. I usually do late streams, and so I start off early in the morning so that anybody who hears about it gets a chance to find out. I usually run 4 or 5 hours on that day, or until I'm out of alcohol or get banned.
Hold on. You run?
Are you joking? I broke my back. I ain't running shit but a damn stable.
So you ride on horses?
In your mouth.
You could think so.
Okay. That makes sense. That's a good way to heal back injury is on the horse.
Breaking
oh God,
horses.
that would be the worst.
You can call me Sasquatch, honey. I don't mind.
Wait, what?
You can call
She
me
said,
Seth.
"Oh God."
Yeah.
Oh God, it's okay. I'm not offended.
I feel like we're really getting somewhere. Like this is even
Yeah,
better than
where is that base?
than Jack's stream. Don't worry about it. Just you got to enjoy the ride. Don't worry about where we're going per se. I know. I have the fucking plan, Denizen.
I call bullshit.
Who's the man with the master plan?
Yeah, but does bullshit pick up when you call? Let's be real, Caucasian.
You've never met my ex-wife.
And it's a good
She
thing,
don't
I'm
answer when
thinking.
you call either.
Yes, she do. She need that money.
Oh.
Actually, I don't have an ex-wife. It's just a great line to drop because it sounds so hard, but it really
I was
doesn't fit.
wondering when that would have happened. when you would have been married and divorced.
I've been married to my wife for 20 years and I didn't have
Yeah,
one there.
it didn't add up.
But it sounded good though, right? Okay, I'll stop.
I'll go
All right,
with
so
it, whatever.
moving on to conspiracy theories, just to rein it in a bit, right? Because we were getting a little bit off base.
Oh, that's my favorite subject.
That's your favorite? Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you start us off? What's your favorite? Yeah. What's
My
your
favorite conspiracy theory? Gosh.
Look at that tinfoil hat. I like it. Caucasian festive.
Probably the MK Ultra stuff, but it's not necessarily a theory anymore.
Well, that's a good point. I want to bring that up. Are we conspiracy or theory? Right? Because there's, right? I mean, conspiracy is real, but then there's some that are theories.
Well, if I believe them, then they're conspiracy.
Right.
And they're truth, if I believe them.
Right.
Is the determining factor of truth?
For myself.
Okay, I'll buy that.
So is there any theories then that you believe in?
Theory, then I wouldn't believe in it. Like the flat earth thing, I have it's a theory to me. Because I don't quite get it.
Yeah. Well, they'll tell you to go and do your own research. Every
I
time.
don't do math and angles and stuff. So when I find out that's why I didn't understand it, I just let it go. I don't need any of that mess.
So flat earth, that's a conspiracy theory to you, or?
To me, it is still a theory in my mind. It is still a theory. I'm not sure why we have to have it flat, but
Yeah, that is a good question. Is there anyone here that does believe in flat earth?
Not I.
I'm thinking Rocky, perhaps.
Yeah, Rocky maybe.
no, not Rocky.
I don't.
Probably.
You believe in conspiracy? Okay. Which one?
That's what I described you as when someone asked who you were, Rocky. I said you were a conspiracy theorist. Yeah.
What's your favorite one, Rocky?
The world is a stage. The CIA created the catchphrase conspiracy theory to debunk the JFK assassination. And here you can see enough is enough. That's the Illuminati card, which shows that line going right past his ear. See the bullet line going past his ear?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it, but
so
I
one
hear
of the
you.
one of the conspiracy theories is that the Masons and the satanic people are staging a bunch of events. I don't think it's a theory, though. I think it's conspiracy truth. And they just want you to, they cut you down by saying, oh, conspiracy theorist, you're a conspiracy theorist. Therefore, you're an idiot. You're an idiot because you believe in conspiracies. But a conspiracy
Sash.
I agree with you, Rocky.
Another favorite.
But you know what, Rocky? What I think too is like it's like when you lay down and look at the clouds in the sky, and you can almost all of the time see a face in almost all those clouds. You can make something out of nothing in those clouds, right? So basically, when you're looking at those kinds of things, where you're seeing the Illuminati or whatever it is, you know, I don't know. Like I just think that you can make anything. You can make anything out of those kinds of photos, you know, in my opinion. Just my opinion, though.
I have a P900 zoom camera. I took it to the ocean and I can't find no curve. And the reason they tell you to live on a spinning ball is because they want you to believe in the Big Bang, evolution. So they hide God and they get you believing that you live on a spinning ball created by a Big Bang. And therefore evolution is possible.
Who's
That's
they?
I know.
It doesn't matter.
No.
It doesn't matter who they is.
Okay. So where does it go flat? Like near like Guam or like in between China and the US? Like where does it go flat? Like where would I fall off the flat earth?
Yeah, if I took a boat, am I
Have
going to
you
fall
researched-
off at one point?
You
Like
got the
London?
ice
you
wall.
researched-
You're not
have you
falling
ever-
off.
Have you even researched it? Have you even researched it?
Yes, I have.
I've taken
There's
a
a
boat.
There's an ice wall that holds the waters. So it's a plane. It's a plane, flat plane. The ice wall surrounds. It's not the Antarctic. It's not a continent. It's an ice wall.
How come we don't have any photos of the ice wall?
We do have photos of the ice wall.
I've not
baby.
seen it, Rocky.
I've been on a plane, by the way.
I have too.
So
I've been on a plane too.
You've been on a plane too? Holy shit! This is conspiracy
Oh,
theory
yeah,
night.
sure.
So, would we be able to
didn't-
like run into the ice wall and then we're like fucked? We're trapped.
Why do they call it a
pretty cold.
plane? It's an airplane, not a air curvature. You know,
Right.
It doesn't curve.
there is no
They use-
curve.
They use air pressure for altitude gauge. The
Mm.
barometric pressure remains the same as long as you stay in that barometric. That's why the plane is always adjusting.
You're just making it complicated, Chuck.
I like air, so I like what
Yeah.
Chuck said.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Yeah,
It's
addicted.
good every now and then.
Listen, Chuck, because you're here, I'm taking off my damn hat.
No, they'll
Everything.
scrape your mind. They'll scrape your mind.
So, have you like? If I get to the ice wall, can I climb over it, or how tall is it?
Okay, there was an operation called Operation High Jump by Admiral Byrd, and they had they went down there after World War II chasing the Nazis, I think, and there was Operation High Jump, research Operation High Jump Byrd. Anyway, the Bible says that the oceans are held in by a boundary, which would be an ice wall. So water seeks its level.
What if?
You can't spin a ball and make it stick to it? Have you ever tried to spin a ball and make it stick to it?
Stick a ball?
Maybe we shouldn't have started with flat Earth because we could go round and round with it. It's,
no, we can't. It's flat.
Not on
it's
flat Earth.
never
Apparently
ending.
I know I had a guy screaming at me when I was in line for my medicine the other day at the pharmacy. When I told him he just discovered flat Earth and wanted me to know about it, and I said I'm really not interested. And yeah, then he started making a spectacle, screaming like, "Oh
Why
my
did you
God, this is like having OTW in front of me." I mean, it was crazy.
It's
You
so
could have filmed that and
different.
made a short out of it and have 1 million views by now, bro.
You're right. I could have. Damn.
So why were mountains put on flat Earth?
I was going to ask if he's used that lens he's got from a mountaintop because
right,
might.
Base, have you ever seen a map that's flat on the wall that you put on the wall?
Yeah, like
It's from
Christopher
Dark
Columbus
Chat?
style. Yeah,
And it's in a circular pattern.
I've seen that.
Oh.
It's more like that.
The Earth.
That's what it would look like if it were flat. It would still have mountains.
Now,
I'm a
here's my
sucker for
question.
this hollow Earth.
It sounds like from what Rocky was saying, that the main reason that the shape of the Earth is being hidden from us fucking peons, is because we won't believe in Christianity if it isn't for flat, or if we believe the Earth is round, right?
I don't know. A lot of flat earthers are Christians.
They just want you to believe there is no God. But
why would
Why do they want us to believe that, Rocky?
Well, you think about it, lady. What do you think?
Well, you don't
Are you
have to
that-
get mad at me about it. I'm asking, why do they want us to think that? I mean, I don't
People
know why
get
they
very
do.
emotional.
Yeah,
About
we could
flat
go
Earth?
to a different subject. I was talking. I didn't bring it up. Someone else brought it up. I was
Do my favorite one.
I brought it up. I mean,
I
well,
think that I think your theory about George Bush and Charles Manson, that one's funny. That one's really crazy. He's got the photos and stuff, and they do resemble one another. I give him that.
Yeah, the world's a stage.
Hmm.
It's all staged, just like the recent thing.
Pew.
You know, the recent shooter thing
on Trump.
The recent pew pew.
Yeah, it's all staged. You look at this. Okay, make my thumbnail big. That's a Illuminati card from the 80s or 90s, and it's got a picture of what looks like Trump saying enough is enough. And then if you see that little line that goes right by his ear, it's like, and then the card says, we got snipers waiting for you. See that line that's like goes right about the same height of his ear. And then the card
that's a
says
good point.
about snipers. The card
No, I
says
think
something
you're
about-
onto something. Look, Rocky. To Rocky's point, I actually saw a Cheeto on eBay in the shape of Jesus.
Yeah.
And that
I've seen
motherfucker
it.
sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I've seen Jesus on toast. Yep.
On toast?
On toast.
Was it wheat or white?
I'm
Or
not
rye?
sure. It was toasted, so I don't know.
It was
really.
probably sour dough.
Doesn't matter. Bethlehem
How can
is
you
the
not
house
know?
of bread, so that's
I
accurate.
just don't know.
Was it multi-grain? You know what?
I
forget
call
it.
bullshit.
Do you also do you remember if you looked at what is the movie with Michael J. Fox? What's that movie? Back to the Future. There, if you've ever looked into that lore, that's crazy. Like where they've got Illuminati stuff in the Back to the Future stuff, and a lot of the stuff that the professor predicted in that movie has come true. Some things like that. I don't know. I got
Lord.
into it one time.
Yeah, and what's his name was just like Trump too.
Yeah.
That kid in the movie.
Yeah.
And he even became president or something. didn't he?
Right. Right. Yeah.
How do you guys tie all this stuff to movies?
I mean,
Richie Rich.
I didn't tie it into it movies, but
Oh.
somebody else did, and I
That's
understood
how they
what they were
disclose
talking
stuff.
about.
The
They
Lion King.
use predictive programming because it's a plan. It's a script they go by. They write the script, and then they show it in the movies, and then they get you thinking they have some superpower, when all it is they put out these. They plan things hundreds of years in advance. These guys are,
Oh God! But,
But-
what do you not think though, Rocky, that maybe it's because history repeats itself, and so therefore that's why some of that stuff happens? But I don't know about people. How would they plan that hundreds of years in advance if you don't live that long?
And my question about the whole movie script thing, do you think it's on flat paper or round? Because that could be a major tell if you think about
that
it.
would be interesting to know. Yeah,
See, there's more details needed.
yeah. Somebody needs to get in there and ask those kinds of hard-hitting questions, Space.
Right. It seemed like a job for Jack.
Oh Lord.
Oh God.
I like Hollow Earth better.
Well, if you really want to investigate it, I would. You can go to Infinite Plane Radio, Infinite Plane Society, and they have a program called Auto Hoax. Check it out, Auto Hoax. It's pretty
Based,
Auto
have you
hoax.
ever been to Talcott Clip Collections?
What do you mean? Flows?
The channel. No.
Oh,
there's
no,
a channel.
no.
Oh, Talcott clips.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, there's
I need
some.
to get
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
there's some
All right.
great
I'll pull
works
it up
of
for you.
art on that channel.
Yeah, Crispy,
Yeah.
if you don't mind, you are my favorite secretary.
I know.
You know Jonestown, right? Based.
No.
Jim
the
Jones
sausage?
is-
You.
No,
Oh,
Jim
Jesus.
Jones, the one that
Jim
had all the
Jones.
people drink.
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah,
poison.
yeah.
The
Yeah, yeah.
Kool-Aid.
Well, they made one called Jackstown.
Oh
It's-
God. It's
I'm
It's
still
awesome.
upset I've seen that the first time.
Yeah, you saw it over at our channel, right, Denison? Didn't you see
Uh,
it over there? I think OTW had it.
Oh, was you a Jim Jones guy?
You're a fan.
I don't think she's an anything guy.
No, I'm
Well,
not.
I was talking to Dennis, and he said he got upset.
Oh.
Well, what about the Hitler one?
Oh, that one's great. I love
Yeah.
that one.
What about you, Dennison? What about the Hitler one?
What about me?
Do you like it or did you not like it?
I can't recall if I've seen the Hitler one or not. You know, I was trying to repress the Jim Jones one.
Okay.
You're trying to wash it out?
Yeah, wash it out of my mind.
That's smart.
Here. I can't even get back into like the back check. I'll send it to you on Twitter here.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, I've never heard of this. It sounds amazing.
It left a black cloud on the panel as well at the time. People in the chat had no idea what they were looking at because they didn't know who Jack is. And
Yeah, that's right. People were like, "What are we watching?" Like we're seeing all this crazy stuff, nobody understood what, like people, and it was so good you couldn't tell like who was saying it, whether it was Jack or Jim Jones. Because they took like I think real live stuff from real live clips.
Did you
from
get it, Crispy?
Jim Jones. Yeah, I've got it.
Will they copyright strike me?
You won't get one from Talcott, but he uses actual movies.
Oh.
Yeah. Cynthia, just put it in the back chat.
Okay.
No, I found
I
I
just
found
sent
it.
it to you.
Okay.
Does anyone know who Talcott Clip is?
They just say it's a young kid.
He showed himself one time a long time back.
Really?
Yeah. I think it was Tommy, if I remember
No,
right.
it's not Tommy. You think?
No.
Tommy showed it.
How come is it OTW? Because they use the same thing.
OTW is not this good.
Oh, that breaking news one was so good.
Yeah,
And
he's pretty good.
Oh, it was so funny. I thought Jack Talcott actually did that. He was actually in the news.
The one where he attacked the White House.
Yeah, I gotta check this out.
I think he went swimming in a public pool or something.
Oh yeah, as a child. Convicted.
Oh, it was. I don't know.
Damn, Joe Cool is in here.
Joe Cool.
Joe
Are there
is in a
are there a
ton
lot of
clips.
Trump supporters? Are there a lot of Trump supporters here on the panel?
I'm
I
a
could
Trump
care,
supporter.
couldn't care less.
I mean, he's a funny dude. That's what I think.
The rise
Yeah, he is.
of Dark Talcott.
He's a good
It's
actor,
called-
good comedian.
He's a good actor. Oh, yeah. I've said it before, but I'd rather have Trump than Biden. But I think there's probably at least half the panel here I'd pick over either of them.
I don't think it matters who's in there.
Yep.
Yeah,
And it doesn't matter who we vote for.
So what about the small hats? What about the conspiracy on that? Do you know anything about who they really are? Or,
Who?
Small hats.
the small hats, the Jays, the Jews.
Oh,
Careful.
Yeah.
he said the juice. He was talking about Sunny D. Well, that's not the juice.
That is not juice.
No,
That is not
No.
Oh my god.
That's
orange drink.
Yeah, that's some sort of chemically induced orange glob.
That topic that you're bringing up about the Sunny D and shit. So I was in a group, actually it was my own group, and got created a section about that. And, I do not believe that any person, whether, juicy fruit or black or Muslim or whatever the case, is all evil or bad or all conspiring.
Exactly.
Now, is there people at the top that might fit more of a demographic than not? And I don't mean about the Sunny D, but just anything in particular. Probably. But correlation is not always causation. And the idea of hating each other because of something we can't change or a belief such as a religious belief, I can't get behind that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's the extreme people is what's the problem. It's not these groups or
Right.
the
Yeah.
religious groups or not. Yeah, it's just the people that are the extremists. That's the issue.
Agreed. When it comes to anyone, any group, any person. Yeah.
Anybody. Yeah, yeah.
I agree. It's in the name extreme.
Right, right.
Even when I got picked up by the Russians, yeah, back then it was still the Cold War when Czechoslovakia and all that still belonged to Russia, and we were out just driving around, having a good time, so to speak, and drove up one side of this kind of mountain and drove down the other side and didn't realize we had crossed the border
Oh God.
until we got caught.
Oh God, how scary.
All
Then
they
what
did
happened?
was, well, they held us until our commander personally come and picked us up with the MPs.
Yeah. Yeah. Were you
We
scared?
got not really. I
No.
thought they might. I thought they might shoot because
Yeah.
they were well armed. We didn't have shit except for a
Oh
couple of
God.
6-packs. Yeah, we just had a couple of 6-packs.
Make a trade.
Were you on leave or something? Is that what was going on? Were you on?
We were off duty. We were just out cruising, the
Mm-hmm.
countryside, and didn't realize we had crossed a make-believe international boundary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are some people that are being held to this and have been held for a really long time. There's a group of hikers, I think, that is
I know. Got a good ass chewing out of it. See, when I was in Germany, I always wanted to go to Berlin on leave, but
Oh.
because of my security clearance, they wouldn't let me go. Because back then, you had to the train would actually go through the Russian territory to get to Berlin. And they said, your clearance, you're not going.
Yeah, I was living in an area where the same area where that kid that had graduated high school had gone into North Korea as a senior trip.
Oh,
Yeah, I was living in that same area at the time.
That
I
was
forget
awful.
and he came
was
back.
you there with your dad?
What? No, I was not.
Mm.
But he I think his name was Oliver maybe or something like that. I cannot remember,
Oh,
but he
the
came back
brain dead kid.
the brain dead. Yeah, he came back. He was they had said that he
Tortured
was
him.
yeah,
Yeah.
they said that he had done something that he swore that he did not do, but he went
He
with
stole
stole a poster of
political poster.
a
Yep.
political poster off of the when they entered this hotel, right? The hotel people said, or the tour guide people said, you're allowed to go wherever you want in this hotel, except you're not allowed on the fourth floor or something like that. And so they had video of um of somebody taking down a poster off of this fourth floor. This kid was not a kid that would have done something like that, nor whether was there any evidence. You could see like a black shadow of somebody taking down a poster. That's all you could see. And then they had arrested him and they kept him. The United States had tried desperately to get him back, but we do not, we don't give in to terrorists, right? So they were really stuck. We finally did get him back, and then when we got him back, he was absolutely completely different. He was shipped back on a stretcher, and completely yeah, and he died shortly after that. Yeah, and
How
they
do
don't
we
know.
know?
They
How
don't
do
know
we know?
what happened to him.
How
Yeah.
do we know that he wasn't like one of our spies, one of our
What is his name?
operators?
Otto
That's right.
Warby,
I was saying
or
it was
something like
yeah,
that.
it was Otto. I think yeah, I said Oliver, but yeah, because he was an 18-year-old kid and he went with he had just graduated high school. He went on a tourist group and he was on his way back and getting on the plane and somebody tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Come with me." I thought that was just insanity that this group that where he thought he was being protected with this group, just flew home and left one of their people there, which is
Would you
insanity.
send
His
your
group should have been the
18-year-old
Marines.
Right.
to North Korea?
Yes, North Korea. Yes, ma'am.
Would you send your 18-year-old
Oh
to
no,
North
no, no,
Korea?
no! I would never. I would never. And his family are just the nicest people you would ever want to meet. And they
Just
were really scared. This kid was a really smart kid, like his class president, all that kind of stuff. But he just wanted to. He found this group, right? He found this tourist group that claimed to have done all of these trips, and they had done a number of these trips to North Korea, and things went fine. Things did not go well this time. Yeah, and
just seems fishy to me.
well, it shouldn't, because it honestly, he was just a high school kid, and he just
I
wanted to
remember
do.
hearing about it.
Yeah, he just wanted to do this trip. I mean, everybody just adored him. His high school friends will tell you, like, just he was just like a kid that wanted to travel and see different areas and stuff. And he also, like, if you looked at the videos that he made while he was there, I mean, he was like playing with the little North Korean kids, and like throwing snowballs at them, and or he had them throwing snowballs at the camera, just really like nice things or whatever. I mean, he was just a kid that wanted to kind of change the world, I suppose. He was kind of
I went to South Korea in the Marines on a float,
yeah.
and
Me
I was
too.
stationed with the ROK Marines, Republic of Korea Marines.
Me too.
And
I was shooting mortars at the DMZ.
Pusan.
I don't
Where were you
remember. Well, no. I took a MEU to South Korea. We went to the DMZ and we were shooting mortars.
Yeah, that's a PSYOP too. That's controlled by the CIA. North Korea is
I'm a
basically
PSYOP.
controlled opposition. They control both sides. It's all fake. That's another staged thing.
I'll tell you what,
going
those
on.
ROK Marines had fucking takeout food compared to our shitty MREs.
No shit. I remember we was in town and we were drinking, and they drink paint thinner because it's alcohol based and they don't put that poison in it.
Whoa.
And then some civilian was harassing a Marine, and the ROK Marines grabbed him, put him in a cage, and started kicking the shit out of him. And they have ball bearings that give their legs momentum when they kick.
Ew.
This is crazier than Flat Earth.
Yeah, it's crazier than fuck over there. Yeah. You can't tell what's going on. It's all bullshit.
Right. And this is why we should concentrate on ourselves. Right? Because we can't do anything about the ball-bearing leg joints and all that.
Yeah,
You can choose not to believe BS.
I put it in your Twitter based.
The okay, let me check.
That's his story, or his Wikipedia.
Oh yeah. Got it. I can pull it up if I can figure out how. Oh yeah. So that's the kid who. So he did come. Oh, but then he died. You said when he came
died
back.
shortly after, and they had an autopsy done on him, and they were not able to determine exactly what had happened to him. But
Well, he was brain dead when they brought him back.
yeah, he was on a stretcher, and he died shortly after. But if you watch him during the trial and how he was marched in. He was marched in. He was a real tall kid too, and he was marched in with his head down, and he's wearing. And you know what was really sad? It makes me cry thinking about it. But his funeral, his dad had that jacket. He wore this jacket on that trial.
Wasn't both of his legs broken when he got back home?
All he would do is scream in pain. That's all he would do.
Yep.
It was horrible.
It was really sad. It looked like they believe that they were doing some kind of experimental stuff on him, like just injecting him with some sort of viruses or something. I'm not
Well,
sure.
the
That's
one story.
botulism.
Well, I
The
don't
one
know, honey.
story I read was they kept beating him in the legs to make him kneel.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
said that his head was shaved, he was blind and deaf, his
Yeah.
arms and legs were totally deformed, and he
Mhm.
had a huge scar on his foot. He said it looked like someone had taken a pair of pliers and rearranged his bottom teeth.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. And if you watched how he was marched in, he had his head down, and the trial was just a joke. I mean, they scripted out a whole thing for him to say. You know, he had to say he was guilty of doing this, taking down this poster. You know,
Well, the reason his head was down was he wasn't allowed to look at him.
no, he was not allowed to look at him. Right. Right.
Damn, 15 years of hard labor he was
Yeah.
sentenced to.
Yep.
In
But
a
he wasn't
kangaroo
there.
court. Holy.
Yep.
Yep. For sure.
I could see that in Australia, but Korea?
Oh come on.
Yeah, but at the funeral, like the funeral, his dad had put I mean, they cremated him, and so his dad had this whole like table full of all of his, all of his
School
awards
stuff.
and things like that,
Yeah.
school stuff or whatever. But he also had that jacket that he was wearing, and it just broke your heart,
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it's
is
awful.
crazy.
Mhm.
They should have done that to that one. I don't know who it was. Somebody went over there. I mean, there's been like rappers, celebrities, basketball players. They go over to Korea
Yeah.
and do some dumb
Rodman.
Dennis Rodman is really big
Oh, he's
friends.
buddies. He's buddies
Yeah.
with Kim Jong Un or whatever.
Yep.
However you say his
shit.
name.
Didn't
Yeah.
that one basketball player? She like brought weed over or something though.
Oh, that
Yeah,
was
that was the
that dude.
oh, that's a female.
Oh, it was a
kid.
dude. It was a dude female.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't think
Brittany Grimes or Gaines or
Brittany
something.
Grinder?
something like that.
Or
Yeah.
Grinder.
Yeah,
Gri-
she was. I thought she was an Olympic, or she was a female basketball player, but I think wasn't she like an Olympic hopeful or something as well? I'm not sure.
Was.
Was,
Keyword
yeah.
was.
Hmm.
Yeah,
What
but
happened to her?
She
She
brought
went to
weed.
Russia. Into Russia.
oh, it was Russia. Okay.
What
Yep.
did they do to her?
Arrested her.
Prison. Put her in
She's still
prison.
there?
No,
No.
Didn't
Biden
somebody
gave him
pardon her?
money.
Biden
Yeah.
pardoned her or something?
Well, Biden traded some
He
spies
traded.
for her. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Spies.
Yeah,
that's right.
great. Yeah. But do you remember the Amanda Knox story? Amanda Knox was the
Yeah.
student that went over to
The one in the suitcase.
Yeah, no, she went over to Italy as an exchange student, and
Mhm.
her roommate was murdered. They had caught the guy almost immediately. However, they charged her and her boyfriend. The prosecutor over in Italy was a conspiracy theorist, and he believed because her and her boyfriend were kind of cuddled up outside the crime
Mhm.
scene, like when it was happening. He believed that it was some kind of a
Something.
sex thing that they were interested in, because this girl was essayed and murdered. And of course, their DNA would be in there because they lived there. They lived with her, but she only knew her. They only were there for they only were living together for a couple weeks, I suppose. And the boyfriend, she had just met the boyfriend. So that's an odd thing to plan a murder with someone that you had just met. However, both of them were arrested, and they kept Amanda Knox for several years. Her parents fought. That was also in that area, the same area I was living in as well, I believe. Her parents were from. She was and there was a bunch of talk because they called her Foxy Noxy, like that was like a thing that they called her when she was a soccer player when she was a little kid. That's what they named her, and so they were like, "Oh, Foxy Noxy, she's like a sex freak or something." But anyway, she was captured over there, and then they had her arrested for murder, even though they had they found the guy that did it and had arrested him. They still charged these other two with absolutely no evidence, but they were finally allowed to come back after years and years of fighting. They were allowed to come back. However, if they ever try and go back, they will be arrested. She is still wanted over there in Italy. So yeah,
Didn't the prosecutor get in trouble
he
for?
did. He did. He got
Yeah.
in trouble. He was actually, even when he was involved with that case, he had already been brought up on charges for
Yeah.
other nonsense. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. And I think there's a Netflix episode or a Netflix show that she had done as well, like a documentary about that case too.
Crispy, you're a good mini historian or something.
The amount of useless information I have stored in my brain is endless.
Well,
She's a
it's
true
panel
crime.
useful.
Yeah,
She's a true crimer.
So, but other
What do
than
you
that,
think? What do you
that's
think's
it.
going to happen with the Karen Reed saga?
Oh God.
If
What do
that
I
ain't a
think is gonna
mess, I'll
happen?
kick
Oh
your
yeah.
ass.
I think it's absolutely absurd if they retry that case. Karen Reed is the lady in Boston who was accused of killing her
Boyfriend.
her
Oh, the
boyfriend
suitcase.
going 25 miles an hour in reverse and running him over. Although they had an argument, they had gone out bar hopping or whatever. He was a cop and they had an argument. It was 4 o'clock in the morning. She dropped him off at this after hours party
At a
in
cop's
the middle of a
house.
blizzard at a cop's house. It was all cops over there. The man, the next morning when he didn't come back home, she went looking for him. He was she found him in the front yard of the cop's house. There was it was a blizzard outside as well in Boston.
Yep.
And they accused her of running him down, going in
No,
reverse.
she hit him and he flew 30
And he
feet.
flew. Yes,
He
30
flew.
feet in the air. And then he had a dog bite on him, which then that dog disappeared the next day. There was also evidence on the phones that of the party goers that said, how long does it take for a body for somebody to die
Yeah,
outside?
hypothermia. Yep.
Yeah, all of that stuff, which
Well,
they
you
all
know,
blamed on pocket dialing.
that house, the cop's house they were at.
Yeah, it's been sold.
The first thing he did the next day was rip the floor out of the basement.
Yes, sir. I know. Yeah, and they basically she was tried and it came up as a hung jury and
On one count.
on one count. Now, mind you, the FBI has now been investigating this entire situation, and
Yep.
we're in court, and we're able to. They were questioned, or they
They'll ask
they
two
had their
experts.
testimony, but they were not able to say that they were from the FBI because that would influence the jury. But the jury, so they didn't know that was FBI stuff, but the FBI is investigating that whole situation, and they do not believe that this woman is guilty. However, there's a great many there's a ton of people that believe that she is, but I would say people that where I travel around in, those circles do not believe it. So
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it either.
Not from the evidence I saw.
Not from the evidence I saw either, Chuck. But remember, the jury doesn't get to see a lot of the evidence that we see.
Right.
But then if you look at just the evidence that we see or that they presented in court, I didn't see that they had that they proved their case, in my opinion.
Exactly.
I remember that. What year was that?
This year, it just happened, Rocky. She just was acquitted. Maybe less than a month ago.
She wasn't acquitted.
Or not acquitted.
No.
I'm sorry. It was a hung jury.
Mistrial.
Mm-hmm.
The original incident was just a year ago.
Oh no, the original incident I think might have happened 2 years ago or three, maybe two.
God, was it 17 or 19?
I
I
mean, I
can't
don't know.
remember.
I don't know either. I thought it was just like a couple of years. She was a college professor. Her lawyers cost $1 million, right? So I was thinking like, how do, and then now that it was a mistrial, she'll have to pay those attorneys again. But I had asked this question once before about like the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp case. I had wondered like how in the world, if you don't have that kind of money, how in the world would you pay that kind of money when if you don't have that? And believe it or not, like you can that can be claimed on your homeowners. Isn't that interesting?
I remember the original incident. I thought it was quite a while back, not just a year ago, but I remember that it seemed like they were trying to shift the blame from some scumbags and put it on her. It's like
Yeah,
some
that's what it seemed to
party
me,
going on.
Rocky. It really did seem like it was about, I think that might have been that those cops had maybe had some kind of a fight. I think they were drinking pretty heavily, and I think they had some sort of a fight, and he was
January 2022.
22. Yeah, right. So
Yeah,
So I was thinking of GoFundMe, right? Maybe they raised it by GoFundMe. I mean, probably
Yeah.
not, but
there
Well,
was
check it
some of
out.
that.
The Trump, that whole thing up to $6.5 million
For the
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. And I
yeah,
mean,
he
look,
got
the
$1
one
million
is dead.
from
That
somebody. Somebody gave him $1 million. He
Yeah.
announced it on the on his campaign thing. A week later, 10
At
days
the
later.
RNC, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Somebody gave him
70,000 donations. I mean, think about this though. People are shot every day and don't get a dime. So
Right.
the ones who happen to be at the Trump thing when they got shot, I'm just saying serendipitously or however you want to look at it, they're getting paid, right? Because what was it, like 3 people and 1 died?
Well,
Obviously, that's
she
not going to bring it
resigned.
back.
She resigned today, the head of the Secret Service.
Yeah, I watched that last
Oh, she
yesterday.
did?
Yeah, the
Yes.
Secret Service lady. Everybody on the Congress floor had. I mean, they just were. They.
That's
Every
the
single one of them asked for her resignation.
that's
But
the
she was.
first time I ever seen that committee in total agreement.
Me too. I thought it was fascinating to watch, and I mean, they just drilled her. But I couldn't believe that she couldn't answer any questions. She kept referring everything to the FBI. But admitting guilt, though, if she had admitted all that stuff, then she could be liable. And so I guess I don't think that they get immunity from that kind of stuff. So I think that was the issue, is why she wasn't doing that. Why she wouldn't
Answer.
admit to anything.
She kept saying she was going to have to refer to the report that was going to be out in 60 days.
Yeah, like she didn't know anything. She didn't know how many showcasings there were. She didn't know, just very basic questions. She didn't know. She had this really was shocking. She said that she didn't review the plan. She doesn't review any of the plan of
Security,
the
yeah.
security plan before these rallies, and it's like, what, excuse me, like that's wild. Isn't
Well,
that your sole job?
She's
there's
just
a couple of them
It's a scapegoat.
that are
The whole thing was rigged.
requesting perjury charges against her for her testimony.
Yeah, well, there was a couple of people. That last woman, one of the last people that spoke, I forget what state she was from, but she said she wanted her to be brought up on perjury charges because of the testimony she was giving. It was bullshit. So I think she was very. She didn't answer hardly anything, and I mean, some of those questions were pretty damn basic. So
she had the list of the information they wanted. Rocky, you were about to say something about this is all part of their plan or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's just a scapegoat. She got thrown under the bus
Do you
because
think
you know,
she knew she was
someone
a
has
scapegoat and part of the plan, or do you think she's blindsided?
it might be part of the plan.
That's
She'll
a good
probably go
question.
live on an island somewhere, getting paid for the rest of her life. But
Okay.
she's you know, they also want to bring back, you know, like women shouldn't be in these positions and stuff. So
Okay.
it's a
That woman
right.
shouldn't have been.
Yeah,
Right.
women shouldn't
She
be in the
should have. They
military.
should have
Women
picked
shouldn't
the best
be.
person.
But the
Right.
whole thing was staged. The whole thing's staged. She got thrown under the bus. So the moral of the story is don't become a member of the Illuminati or the secret fucking people because they'll
That's
throw
the
your ass under the
takeaway.
bus.
That's how
Well, again, I
conspiracy
asked the
works.
Don't
question,
be part of
did
a
she
secret
know?
cabal.
And if you're part of it, you're just playing your position. So
Hmm. I have family in the Secret Service, so like which they have not commented on any of that stuff.
You
Can
haven't
you
given
tell
you
us
the.
who, or is it a secret?
It's
The Secret Service,
yeah,
they run the White House. They,
yeah.
you know, you get a president in there for 4 years, and the Secret
Hmm.
Service has been there for 20 years.
Yeah,
So
he's
they
been
know all
there
the ins and
longer.
outs.
It's my
They
brother.
direct the president
Mm.
and tell them how to act, and it's, you know, they're the controllers. Maybe they're probably, you know, it's all bullshit.
I remember they found bullet holes on the top of the front of the White House that they didn't even know were there.
Oh, I remember that.
Back when
Hmm.
Obama, I think, was president, they just, oh, look at these bullet holes. But
Wow.
Yeah,
they've been worthless for a long time.
Yeah, the Secret Service. They when JFK got shot, they showed the Secret Service like backing up and not being like there was supposed to be a guy in certain places and they weren't there, and it's all set up bull crap.
that's what
And
I
then-
was telling. Oh, I'm sorry. Base, that's what I was telling
Yeah.
you the other day. Jackie Onassis wrote a book about the JFK shooting under the condition it doesn't come out to 100 years after his shooting. And I'll be 93 when it comes out. And so I want to read it. So that's like, I'll be like, I got to live till I'm 95. I figure it might take me a couple of years by that time.
You can do it, Cynthia. I believe in you.
I know.
Is
But
it on
it's
your
cool.
Amazon list? Your gift
Yeah.
list?
Well, I think that's amazing that she did. Like, what did she write? That she made sure everybody who was involved was dead.
You have to remember that Jackie moved to Greece and married Onassis because she had said too that the United States were killing Kennedys and she still had children. So Jackie always she has a famous quote about how, you know, if you mess up raising your children, then you're a failure in life, you know, if you mess that up. And she was so protective of her children, and she was so scared that something was going to happen to her children, which of course her son was killed in a plane crash with his wife Carolyn. He married her and her twin sister. They were all on that plane. And I think he had that. I think it's a phenomenon that happens to pilots quite often, where they get discombobulated and they can't tell whether or not the
Earth is flat or round.
Yeah, they can't tell whether the sky is up or down. You know, when they get those little tiny planes are scary as shit. But God,
That's true.
He was
Puddle
the most
jumpers.
gorgeous man that ever walked.
Plus, he was shot down, of course.
Whoa, crispy. Crispy.
I'm sorry, babe.
The
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Are you talking about JFK Jr.?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, I
I'm
am.
curious.
Well, they say that JFK Jr. was at Trump's rally, and he's well, he claims to be JFK Jr.
I
It's
wish.
another
But
deep.
we all watched his plane and all of his things wash up and yeah, they were missing for I think he was the last body that was found, but yeah, they found.
Well, they fake a lot of deaths, and there's evidence that JFK never died. It's all bullshit. It's all staged.
I mean, if you look at those photos, Rocky, there's pictures of Jacqueline holding her husband's head that was just blown off, and she's got his guts all over her
Oh
suit
my
when she was
gosh.
sworn in. When they swore in the vice president. Yeah, I mean, she's
Yeah.
got his brain matter on her pink suit. In the there's a famous picture in Air Force One where he was
Yeah.
sworn in. Yeah.
They want you to go down that conspiracy theory that's so what they do is they do a big staged hoax, and then they divide the people into going down this conspiracy theory. One of them is that you know, that he really did get shot and he was murdered by the CIA, and George Bush Jr. was the CIA agent in charge of the mission, and he did it because you have to do some kind of killing in order to become president. And then there's the other hoax where they say, well, he wasn't really killed. It was all a hoax. And then you don't know which way to go. It's
Yeah.
like they divided.
And then there was talk of the guy from Ukraine that
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Lee Harvey Oswald was a patsy for the whole situation. Nobody quite has. I mean that the grassy knoll was investigated more than anything else, and they've slowed that footage down.
This last shooting, I noticed that they killed the guy right away. In the movie. They could have, like, why didn't they just like shoot him in the chest and knock his ass and let him live? But they got to kill the guy. But I don't even believe the guy was dead. I believe they faked that too. That there's
I agree with
the whole
Rocky.
thing
This does have the whole
and nobody died because it's all theater. It's called political theater, and they're just making it.
Cynthia, was it called The Death of a President by Jackie Onassis?
It's not out yet.
Yeah, that book is out.
That book's out.
It's not out yet.
Yeah.
Well, Trump said that he was going to release the JFK files, but he decided not to.
It's
like
the
a couple
book
weeks
she
ago.
wrote. Is that a book that somebody else wrote, or is it one that she wrote?
She wrote with the guy
This
in
one's
67.
Dolo, right?
Oh.
So it's going to come out.
And then there's supposedly a Mandela.
Was saying, I agree. This Trump thing does have a whole air of the JFK Jr. It's this random shooting. It's this amazing picture. It is also now this controversy of the Secret Service, as Rocky is saying, that's an scapegoat. Like this is the politician game.
I don't know about that. I think of it more like Mike Tyson versus Holyfield. Right? There was a little chunk of ear missing, but was he not better off after?
Exactly. It's
Right.
all the game. We all remember Wizard of Oz. When they went to Oz, it was this big man behind the big thing. And many have said that was a movie really about politics, and that represented the presidency.
I'm afraid if they would have been successful, that I think this country would have been torn in half. I think it would have got ugly.
Yeah, I think so too. People
And if they
probably would have been killing each other for no fucking reason.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm saying.
No, but you might be right.
And then what about like if they were really going serious about this, to hire a 20-year-old bad shot, who borrowed his dad's gun to do it.
Well, who else? That's
I'm
the
sure
perfect.
everybody here has seen the backstage footage of the Secret Service guy telling the photographer to go up front of stage, and then that's the guy who got the money shots. And one of the money shots is where he's down and he kind of looks like Elvis. He's got his collar up. He's got the Elvis shot, and then he's got
yeah
fight.
Yeah.
And that guy was directed seconds before the shooting to go up front and start taking pictures.
That's
Well,
where his seat was at.
She got in trouble for that as well.
Yeah.
For allowing somebody to go up and take a photo. The reason why that's not the perfect person to have been hired, Cynthia, is because that could have gone terribly wrong. You know, of him missing that misfiring and actually killing him. So if it was just done for the sympathy vote of some sort, then, and why would he even need the sympathy vote? He already was, you know, people were already on.
Yeah,
on
he was
his side.
already in front.
Yeah, he was
So,
already in front.
This is A, selling a story. B, just because we're saying it's the kid shooting it, don't ever think for 1 second it couldn't be somebody else really shooting it and this kid just be
That's what I said.
Deplay. You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah. Could be.
Like it can happen. That's why he's the easiest one. You know what I mean? You can get into him through a video game. You can start prepping him and grooming him from a few years ago when you know that this comeback's getting ready to make a comeback. You know what I mean? Like you can never make the politician game.
I seen the picture of the shooter with the head wound that he supposedly had. It didn't look anything like a real head wound. It looked so fake. I mean, you look at the head wound. It looks like fake blood. They could have.
Oh my god.
Oh Lord.
Well,
I mean, you guys, the only guys that saw. Do you know that the rally was like 30 minutes away, and that these people at the place where they were having the natural rally wasn't even there. These were all like staged people that were there. They were crisis actors. And then the people that were interviewed said they saw the man on the roof. The man on the roof was by that red-haired guy with the red MAGA hat on and his hair sticking out. Those are all actors. Those are all actors. Oh, I saw his head get blown off.
So the firefighter was an actor too. The firefighter that was dead, that died.
Now look, before we get too deep into this, and speaking of red beards, some of you may know where this is going.
I know where that is.
We just surpassed the 3 hour, 33 minute, and 33 second mark, except I didn't do it quite quick enough.
Awesome.
Thank you, all of you on panel. Lou, Crispy, Rocky, Denizen, Cynthia, and Chuck. You the best. Bye.
More often than correct.
Hey, who's the dude? Wait, who's the dude? He's right there with the hat and a mic, and he's waiting to talk. Who's the guy that was talking about what's happening in our minds? And I interrupted him. Shit.
You're right, Seven, but you need to work. I think you're missing some Sky if you really had to head out when you said you had to head out. I don't know your schedule. I don't know how it works.
No, it's the dude. It's the dude with the microphone with the red beard. He wants to talk. It's that
with
cat
the red
right there.
beard.
Well,
I don't have a red beard.
No,
that dude probably can't grow a beard.
No, I didn't mean that. You're fucking cool,
Tommy. Shut the fuck up, Tommy. Yeah. Anyways, what Seven was talking about, I think, relates to something I talk about, which is most people are very drugged up, right? The drugs of social media, alcohol. I mean, it goes on and on and on. And this buffer is essentially keeping them from reality. So attempting to operate within reality while also being outside of reality and thinking outside of reality is a big problem.
I don't know what that means.
Hey, what's your name? I gotta write your name down. Who the fuck are you? You're the smartest person. Dude.
No, don't give him too much credit.
No.
How is this?
Please.
How is it not real?
No, please. Fucking don't do this. I need to know who this guy is.
His name is Based Oracle. He's very anticlimactic. You'll get over it.